High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
At some point, everyone is a pedestrian.
When you're driving, yield to pedestrians.
Wear light clothing.
Walk on a pathway instead of the road.
Look out for pedestrians.
Avoid distractions like your phone.
Look out for pedestrians, they're everywhere. We are the Wyoming Indian Lady Chiefs. We need you in our stands.
If your vehicle needs repair, you can depend on the crew at Extra Care Auto Repair. They can repair almost anything with wheels, gas, diesel, domestic, or import, and their work is top quality and reliable. Extra Care Auto Repair on North Federal in Riverton.
Wyoglass wants to wish all the Lander Valley Tiger teams good luck this year. Wyoglass is locally owned and operated in Lander. They bleed green. Call or stop in today to get a quote on a window or get a quick fix on your window for a rock chip. Wyoglass is Lander.
Welcome, 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 sports fans, to Bob Carey Memorial Fieldhouse, where we are waiting for the Lander Valley Lady Tigers and the Pinedale Lady Wranglers, who tip off in about 8 minutes and 30 seconds. I am Sean O'Brate, sports director at WYO Today Media and sports writer for Ranger and Lander Journal, and our news director, Ernie Over, with me as always. Ernie, how you doing?
Hey, doing great tonight. Well, you know, we had an interesting similarity between the boys and the girls game last night, as they both had bad fourth quarters. And Pinedale comes into this game, the Lady Wranglers, 14-4 on the season. So the Tiger girls missing 3 players today. Aislinn Donahue is out, Zoe Mulholland is out, and Layla Norris is out. So Tigers have got a big stretch in front of them, big challenge.
Definitely, and they are without the same girls that they were without yesterday and this last weekend as well. And you'd think that maybe they have gotten a little bit more accustomed to what they're going to need to do to replace those girls on the court. Some girls are going to have to step up more than Adeline Anderson. Adeline took a beating yesterday. She hit the ground quite a few times, left with a few bruises and scars, and I'm sure that she's going to be looking for an outlet pass somewhere to try and help out her team. So hopefully they can get that going, and hopefully they can do a little bit better underneath the basket. But as we'll see in our keys to the game coming up, they're actually a little bit better under the basket than Pinedale, as Mayor Monty over here.
Yep.
Coming into the game. I haven't seen him at a game in a little while, but I'm sure I'm just not looking.
Yeah.
So, Ernie, with 7 minutes to go here, we already have the starters, but I think I'm going to get right into the Lander Journal keys to the game. Again, brought to you by Lander Journal. You can start or continue your subscription anytime at 421 East Main Street in Riverton. Remember, we have a lot of new stuff happening every single week. Cool new stuff happening on the front pages of sports, too. And I think it's pretty obvious after Mountain View yesterday just dominated the boards, they're going to have to get back, Lander is, to a more understandable number on the rebounds today, as they average 26.5 per game. Meanwhile, Pinedale, one of the only teams that's below them, they only average 24.9, so basically 25 rebounds a game. And for the Lander girls defense, they are going to have to stop Ellen Bowers. She is the leading scorer in the entire 3A with 21.7 points per game, and she is shooting at about 45% from the field. It's going to be very difficult to keep her contained. They're going to have to find an answer for her, and maybe an answer on Lander's side to score just as many points. And if you are Pinedale, I guess the one thing I can say that you really, really need to hone in on is you need to make Adeline Anderson work for every shot. It's going to be hard for Adeline to basically put the entire team on her freshman shoulders, and if she's falling down every 2 plays, it's going to be a lot harder to continue to kind of feed her the rock. So Megan Winfield, maybe she can get a few threes, get hot early. Hayden Goggles, Darian Bell has had a couple good games, and varsity starter Kendall McFadden, she can really come into a couple nice, easy points if she were to do the exact same fast break that she had yesterday.
Yeah, Edlin really tired out there in the fourth quarter. As you said, she was taking a beating. She was the leading scorer in the game last night for Lander with 11 points. But she's going to need some help from her teammates. And you know that Pinedale is aware of what she can do, and they're probably going to be double, triple teaming her, especially on the low post.
Yeah, that's going to be their game plan for the rest of the season, is to feed Adeline Anderson, and Adeline being one of the better players in 3A underneath the board underneath the basketball. Oh my gosh, underneath the basket, getting boards and blocking shots, as Adeline coming into this weekend averaging 1 block per game. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but she definitely gets more than that. That's kind of a season average, and she didn't get a lot to begin the season as she was learning her role behind people like Aislinn Donahue, who, like you said, is out with an injury. So with that, that's our Lander Journal keys to the game. And remember, start or continue your subscription at 421 East Main Street. You can also start or continue your subscription by calling 307-856-2244. We will be back with our Sutherland starting lineup and the tip-off to the game on this Hampton Inn & Suites pregame show. You're listening on 93.1 KFCW, and we're live streaming on WYO Today's YouTube page for free.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
Why should you choose Lander Medical Clinic or Western Family Care for your health care? In addition to 4 locations in Fremont County, they also provide telehealth. Telehealth can be your go-to answer when you're out of town, on the road, or just can't get to urgent care. All you need is a good internet connection. To schedule a telehealth appointment, call 332-2941 today. That's 332-2941. Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family Care. With telehealth, they're putting your health first every time.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunners Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunners Automotive, 856-2288.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Ernie Over and Sean O'Brate back with you at the Bob Carey Memorial Fieldhouse in Lander, where we're getting ready for the game between the Lander Valley Lady Tigers and the Pinedale Lady Wranglers. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Lady Wranglers. They're going to go with Sarah Kennard, averaging 13.7 points a game. Gabby Rogers, averaging 4 points a game. Tori Anderson, averaging 3 points a game. Ellen Bowers, as Sean noted, the leading scorer in girls 3A at 22 points a game. And Halen Sandler at 10 points a game. For the Lander Valley Lady Tigers, they're going to go with Kendall McFadden, averaging 5 points a game. Darian Bell averaging 3 points a game, but she's the floor leader for the Lady Tigers. Megan Winfield back with the team following an absence last week. She averages 8 points a game. Kiara Friday, 6 points a game, and the freshman Adeline Anderson averaging 8.5 points a game. And, of course, last night she had more than that. She had 11. And we're getting ready for some of our pregame festivities here at the Bob Carey Memorial Fieldhouse, and we're going to have I'm not sure what we're going to have. The flag is coming down from the top of the ceiling here. Massive flag. Nice crowd for the girls' game so far, Sean.
Yeah, we've got quite a few people actually up in the bleachers behind us. So also a good day, just in general, not snowing. So we will have Lander's own student singing here for you. Beautiful rendition by a Lander student here. I forgot her name. They said it at the beginning there. And as they do their starting lineups here, we will, Ernie and I will take a look at the stats and basically look at what this team can do to get a victory today. Their first in almost a month. And it's just going to be difficult for them to try and rebound against a team that might have even a little bit of height over them. Looks like Adeline Anderson's probably going to be the tallest player on the floor no matter who Pinedale puts in. But Adeline's not going to be able to play all 32 minutes. She's going to be worn out, and they're going to have to get some production from people like Lily Hamilton and maybe even someone like Megan Winfield.
Yeah, the Tigers need to do something to get a little bit of momentum. They've lost 8 of their last 10 games in 6 in a row, and you know that's eating on the team. And if they can play well today, they need to get off to that fast start. They didn't do that again yesterday. They started firing those threes again. But if they can get off to a very good start today, they'll have a chance in this game.
Yeah, and you know, it all kind of looks like that. Their game plan should look like it did against Lovell, where they really got out to a strong first 2 quarters. Even if they didn't go into halftime with a big lead or a lead at all, they were in the game. They didn't feel out of it by the time the 3rd quarter started. If they can make it to the 4th quarter, even within 2 or 3 points, they have a chance at winning a game. They just have fallen apart in that 4th quarter. And with that, our Hampton Inn & Suites pregame show has ended, and we are into the game with Adeline Anderson tipping off against 31 Halen Sander, a senior against a freshman here at the tip-off.
And we have officials from the Riverton Officials Association here today.
Pinedale gets the tip-off, goes immediately to Ellen Bowers at the top of the key. She's going to be heavily guarded today by Kendall McFadden, making this 4th straight varsity start. Around the key now to the left side, near side, inside now to Ellen Bowers. Bowers packs the pass out to Tori Anderson for 3, and that's good to start off the game.
Well, I tell you what, the Tigers are going to have to really stick on her. She was wide open over there on the right wing.
Yeah, now they're already facing full court pressure, and that leads to a travel by Kiera Friday, first turnover of the game, and we're only 30 seconds in.
Yeah, the Lander Valley High School pep band is here tonight. Last night they had the drum line, and today the band is here, so that won't be quite as noisy today.
Maybe, yeah. Ellen Bowers now at the top of the key as they are looking at a 3-0 lead, 30 seconds in. Number 13, Gabby Rogers now with the ball, a sophomore over on the right side of the key. She passes it inside to Sarah Kennard, who loses the handle but gets it back at the top. Passes it over to the left side, near side. And now a quick pass inside to Ellen Bowers underneath the basket. Puts up a shot over 2 Tigers, no good. Rebounded by Megan Winfield, but they call a foul. And who's this foul going to be on? It's going to be on 31, Halen Sander.
And that is her first foul, and obviously the first team foul.
Pinedale, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say Lander has the ball in the backcourt.
Pinedale wearing their dark green jerseys, I should say, with orange trim around the white numbers. Lander wearing all white jerseys with green numbers. And Lander moving left to right on your radio dial right now as Darian Bell almost loses it out of bounds, gives it back out to Kiera Friday at the top of the key. Right side, near side to Kendall McFadden, now back out to Friday. Friday working on Sarah Kennard, passes it back out to Bell. Bell looking for an inside pass to Adeline Anderson, and it's stolen away by number 1, Sarah Kennard, after a tip pass inside. Now Pinedale on the offensive. Cunard. Yeah, I almost said Kennard. Kennard over to the right side, far side. She dribbles inside against Darian Bell, gets stopped, pulls up her dribble, and now it's back out to Tori Anderson. Almost stolen by Kendall McFadden, but top of the key, Ellen Bowers for 3, and that's nothing but net. That was a WNBA 3 right there.
Well, 2 threes in a row to start the game, and the Tigers find themselves down 6-0.
She's showing why she's one of the leading scorers in all of girls basketball. Now another steal by Pinedale, but Megan Winfield gets it right back. Outlet pass to a wide open Adeline Anderson, puts up a 2, no good off the backboard, but rebounded by Darian Bell. Again, no good on the putback, and Ellen Bowers actually gets the rebound. So now Sarah Kennard, outlet pass down to Halen Sander, and nobody in front of her. She puts up an easy lay-in. It's 8-0, 5:45 to go in the first.
Boy, the Tigers are going to need to stop the bleeding here, or they're going to find themselves in a hole they're not going to be able to dig themselves out of.
Yeah, Bell now trying to penetrate. She gets stopped, pulls it back out to Megan Winfield for 3, and that's nothing but net there. Megan Winfield with the first points of the game for the Lady Tigers, 8-3. Now Pinedale facing a little bit of pressure themselves as they get full court press, but Sarah Kennard goes all the way coast to coast, passes it back out to Tori Anderson for 3, air ball, and Adeline Anderson going to let it go out of bounds.
Yeah, and Adeline Anderson on that last trip down the floor, Sean, she was favoring that right leg of hers.
Yeah, she did take, she was limping off the court last night, and now a bad pass by Winfield, stolen by Halen Sander. And Sarah Kennard now dribbling it up to the left corner of the key. She goes inside free throw line, passes it back out to Bowers. Bowers passes it back out to Kennard. Now Kennard penetrating open lane inside. The little floater, no good, but looks like a penalty, a foul on Lander.
Yeah, I think that's going to go against Darian Bell, her first, the team's first. Got her on the arm when she went up to shoot.
Bell and Winfield, the only seniors on the court right now. Layla Norse, the only other senior outside Lily Hamilton on the team. And first free throw up and good for Sarah Kennard. It is now 9-3, and we are 3 minutes and 7 seconds into this first quarter. Kennard's second free throw attempt up and good.
Yeah, and she's pretty good free throw shooter too, 79% from the line.
This whole team's good at free throw shooting. They actually lead the 3A, and now Megan Winfield with a nice layup. She got a nice outlet pass, only had to go up against one player, and with the left hand puts it in for 2. She has all 5 points now for the Lady Tigers. And now Sarah Kennard trying to penetrate. She stays outside the key on the right side, far side. Nice little pass inside to Bowers, who's going up against Adeline Anderson. Wide open pass to the top of the key. Open for 3 was Tori Anderson, but she missed it. And trying to save it out of bounds was Halen Sanders, so it'll be Lander's ball.
Yeah, she stepped out on the end line there. A couple of substitutions coming in now for Pinedale. Is leaving the game is Gabby Rogers.
Mackenzie Illaway now in, a senior.
Yep.
Kiera Friday passes it over to Darian Bell in the forecourt. Now on the right side, near side, stolen. A bad pass by Kendall McFadden, bounce pass into the paint, stolen by Ellen Bowers. And now Bowers gets fouled as she's dribbling up across the timeline.
Yeah,
that's going to be a foul on 23.
Winfield.
Yeah,
Megan picks
first.
up. Second team foul on the Tigers, 4:10 to go, almost halfway through the first period, 10-5 Pinedale.
They inbound it to Tori Anderson. Anderson waiting for a play to develop here. Now over to Ellen Bowers on the left corner. She dribbles left side inside to the paint, and she actually misses the layup. She had a great look, just a little bit too hard off the backboard. And now Megan Winfield trying to dribble up, and she penetrates, goes up with the right hand, and no good, off just a little too strong. And Ellen Bowers now trying to dribble in the backcourt. She gets fouled, looks like by Darian Bell.
Yeah, that'll be Darian's second personal foul.
Well, they know who to attack. They're trying to get Bowers a little frustrated. They're doing a great job double teaming her. That's just leading to a lot of open looks so far for Pinedale, and they're actually making them.
3:46 to go now, and play has resumed. Lander trailing by 5.
Sandra St. Clair comes into the game. Ellen Bowers now passes over to the left corner of the key to Kennard. Kennard dribbles it into the free throw line, then passes it back out. Now she gets it again on the corner. She just puts up a 3, and that looks good, but it's a little short off the front of the iron. Rebounded by Kiara Friday, who falls to the ground. And they're going to call a foul
on Kennard.
Sarah Kennard, the senior.
First personal and the third team foul. Or
Now,
second team foul, I'm sorry.
And Kiara Friday now going to dribble it up against a couple Lady Wranglers, and that pass tipped out of bounds by Pinedale. They are putting on half-court pressure that's starting to frustrate the Lady Tigers a little bit themselves here. And now an aired pass inbound, but actually Sandra St. Clair saves it before it goes over the half-court line. Kiara Friday now at the top of the key. She dribbles around, tries to penetrate, but she's getting good defense by Tori Anderson. Inside pass now to Adeline Anderson, who puts in a shot, and a crazy shot off her back foot. Goes off the backboard, no good. Rebounded by Pinedale.
Yeah, they could have called her for traveling there. She slid that foot about 2 feet.
Yeah, definitely. They got lucky. It didn't matter anyway, as now Pinedale with the offense over to Ellen Bowers. She looked to take a 3, but now she dribbles inside the paint. Aired pass themselves over to Halen Sander, stolen by Adeline Anderson, and now a nice give-and-go pass on the fast break to Sandra St. Clair, but she couldn't corral it in time. But they still have it. It's outside now to the right side of the key. Megan Winfield spins inside, picks up her dribble, passes it out to McFadden. McFadden has to collect it. Now passes it cross-court to Sandra St. Clair for 3. No good. Easy rebound by Ellen Bowers. And now Pinedale working with numbers 3-on-2. Adeline Anderson falls. Bowers goes in, puts up a little shot off the glass, and it's good. It's 12-5 now. 2:15 to go on our Wyout Today scoreboard. And it's looking like these Lady Tigers don't know who's getting the pass. That's the second or third time now where a pass has gone towards one of them and they don't even know where the ball is. And now Coach Cox is going to call a timeout. It is 12-5, 2:10 to go in this first quarter. We'll be back after this.
To local news, sports, events, and more, download the Wyout Today app. Now available on all platforms. Stream your favorite radio station, submit something to buy, sell, or trade for deals on the dial, or view contests and special coupons. Better yet, the Wyout Today app is the best way to access free HD video of Fremont and Hot Springs County athletics. It's all at your fingertips. Head to your app store or visit wyouttoday.com to download the Wyout Today app now.
Welcome back here. We got a new board here, which we have some sound effects uploaded on, and I'm a little nervous to try and use them on the air, but we have some fun ones. That's my favorite. It reminds me of Price is Right when they miss on Plinko or something.
That's right. Say, we've got a great turnout of fans here from Pinedale this afternoon, more than we had last night from Mountain View.
Well,
of course, Pinedale's just right over the hill from us. A nice turnout of fans. And for both teams, the Bob Carey Memorial Fieldhouse starting to fill up a little bit. We've got the boys' game that will follow this one right at 3:30.
Yeah, and you know, it kind of looks like a home field turnout here with all the green, but Pinedale's green just a little bit darker than Lander's green. As the play resumes, Kiara Friday gets the ball, almost loses it, but gets it out to Sandra St. Clair. Inside now to Kendall McFadden. Shot's a little too strong off the backboard, rebounded by Pinedale. I almost said Mountain View after we were talking about him. And now really close man defense here for Lady Tigers. Lady Tigers now, and now they're going to get a double dribble on Sarah Kennard. That's a turnover against Pinedale.
Number 2 turnover. Lander has 3.
And they got to win the turnover game if they want to win another game this season. They have not done a very good job of that so far this year. And now a dangerous pass by Kiara Friday into Megan Winfield, and it gets tipped out of bounds by Pinedale. That was just a very dangerous over-the-head pass. Now Kendall McFadden going to inbound it here. Looks to get it to Winfield. Winfield kind of stops and just waits for the ball rather than runs open. Winfield now over to Sandra St. Clair in the right corner. She gets stopped, puts in a shot. Now 2 Lady Tigers try and get the ball. Anderson ends up with it. Nice give and go to Kiara Friday, who puts up a shot with the left hand, and it's good under the basket. Great pass by Adeline Anderson.
And Friday took an extra step there in that extra dribble. She didn't need to do that, but she got the basket anyway. 7-12.
Yeah, Friday likes to pick up her dribble and try and dribble it out. I think she should have just gone straight up with it. But either way, great shot. Now Bowers trying to penetrate the Lander defense, gives it off to Tori Anderson, who gives it back out to Kennard, and last touch by Pinedale. Looked like maybe Megan Winfield touched it last, but a turnover by Pinedale instead, and Lily Hamilton coming in for Sanders St. Clair.
Melinda Cox was right on that play, and she called it right away to influence the official, but I don't think she needed to.
No, I don't think so either. That was just a bad pass, and now Adeline Anderson almost loses that. She tries to dribble a little too fast into the paint. They're going to call a held ball with Lily Hamilton and Tori Anderson, and it's going to be Lander's ball. They win the possession arrow to start the game.
Just under a minute to go here, 12-7, first period.
Now Kendall McFadden with just under a minute to go. Inbounding it underneath her own basket, and a bad long pass to Lily Hamilton, but she corrals it, gets double teamed, and now they've got numbers here. Kendall McFadden over on the left side of the key, fakes a three, gives it back out to Winfield. Winfield trying to penetrate. Now she's on the left side of the key. 45 seconds to go. Pass back out to McFadden on the right corner. She thought about a three. She passes a high pass inside to Adeline Anderson, turns around, and the floater from 5 feet out is good.
Boy, she was double teamed on that, had hand in her face, and just made it good. A 3-point lead now by Pinedale.
Yeah, and Pinedale now trying to go into the second quarter, not tied. They were up the whole time. Now Bowers for three. She does nothing but net again. I believe that's her second three so far.
It is.
And that was another long three, looked like a WNBA. And now Adeline Anderson gets the ball to cross the timeline. She puts up a three of her own, and she's got nothing but net.
Wow.
You don't see Anderson take a lot of threes because of her height and her position, but she got that one.
Yeah.
And now it is 15-12, 1 second to go. Kennard puts up a shot. No good. That three went in and out. So at the end of one, Ernie, it is 15-12. Pinedale in front of the hometown Lady Tigers. We'll be back after this on 93.1 KFCW, and we're streaming on WYO Today's YouTube page.
Heinz General Store has been the grocery store of choice for the Fort Washakie area since 1945. For this week's special, see their website at heinzgeneralstore.net. And for convenient shopping this winter, click on Heinz Online, download the app, and shop in the comfort of home. Schedule a convenient pickup time, and the team at Heinz General Store will do the rest. Heinz General Store is a proud sponsor of Wyoming Indian basketball. Let's go, Chiefs!
All right, at the end of the first quarter, it's a 3-point lead for Pinedale, and that's really thanks to a couple threes by Ellen Bowers, the 3A leading scorer. Ernie, that was some great defense, a little bit of sloppy passing, but not too bad overall.
Yeah, well, the Tigers, as we've said all night long, or all season long, they're getting better with their passes. They need to be really crisp. And the one thing that just punches my buttons is when you have a bounce pass, and Pinedale almost intercepted the first bounce pass this afternoon, but the Tigers got away with that one. Pinedale will start the second quarter of play with the basketball. Here's Sean Obright.
And now Sarah Kennard with the ball. She's not facing any half-court pressure anymore. They're just putting everyone on the outside of the key. She gets inside the paint easily, puts up a shot after faking out Adeline Anderson, and it's good off the backboard. 17-12 to start off the second quarter now. Winfield gets an outlet pass cross-court over to 31. I don't have a number for her. Oh, that's Georgia Chance, a freshman off the JV team. First time we've called her name all season, I believe.
Yeah, it is.
And her three was no good, went out of bounds, and it is going to be Pinedale ball. And now right away, Georgia gets a steal, puts up a layup, no good. Almost rebounded by Sanders St. Clair, but Georgia making her name known as soon as she gets in the game. We will have to remember her. She's not even on their varsity side of their lineup here. Ellen Bowers, another three, no good off the backboard. Rebounded by Kennard, back out to Tori Anderson, and now Kennard going to put up a three, no good. Rebounded again by Pinedale, this time by Bowers. Inside the paint, easy pass, easy look for Halen Sander. There was no one in front of her. Megan Winfield got elbowed in the chin, and she's holding her nose, might be bleeding. They're going to double check her.
And she keeps walking away from the official.
Yeah. Ref's trying to say, do you need a time? And it looks like Hayden Goggles is going to come in with her anyway, and now Winfield's upset that she has to come off the court.
Yeah, she says, I'm not bleeding. Yeah,
she says, I'm fine, I'm fine. Yeah. And now Kendall McFadden coming in for Sanders St. Clair and showing the freshman Georgia Chance where to stand on this inbound pass.
Yeah, and trainer Adam Simon is coming over, and they're going to make sure that she's okay.
Yeah, now Georgia Chance, another look at the three, but she passes it inside to Adeline Anderson, and before she can travel, she's fouled. She went up with a little jump, hop, step, and couldn't get the ball up. They're going to call it on one, Sarah Kennard. That's her second penalty of the game.
6:53 to go until halftime, a 7-point lead by Pinedale.
And they bring back in Gabby Rogers. Adeline Anderson gets the inbound pass here. Hayden Goggles gets back under the paint. Cross court over to Georgia. Georgia chance back out to the top of the key to McFadden. McFadden dribbles in between a couple players and has her shot blocked by Halen Sanders. She had a good look, just didn't get it up in time. Now Gabby Rogers finds the easy inlet pass to 31, Halen Sander. She fakes out Adeline Anderson, and as she flies across her, she gets the easy two. Double dribble by Hayden Goggles. That's a turnover.
Fourth for Lander and 4 for Pinedale at this point. And coming back into the game for the Tigers is Megan Winfield, and Adeline Anderson, who's limping just a little bit, comes out.
Yeah, it's 6 straight points for Pinedale to start the second quarter. It's 21-12, 6:30 to go in the second quarter. As the inbound pass, a high pass to Halen Sander, and now Ellen Bowers with the ball. Far right corner, she's going to give it inside now to 31, Halen Sander, and what a move, but she misses the layup, gets her own rebound though. Now she falls, and we'll count that as a steal for Hayden Goggles, even though it looked like just a lost ball there by Halen Sanders. And now Winfield dribbling up with purpose. She pushes up, now she gives it out to Georgia Chance, puts up a 3 after hesitating, and no good, rebounded by Ellen Bowers. Boy, Georgia had 3 seconds to think about that shot, and instead she just puts it up a little late. Now a cross-court pass for Pinedale, up the baseline, back out to number 11, Mandy Mahanovic, and Mandy's shot no good, gets the rebound, puts it back in though. It's 23-12.
11-point lead now. The Tigers need to score here and stop this bleeding.
Yeah, or call a timeout, do something. Winfield bottled up, gets the pass out to Hayden Goggles. Goggles gets bodies.
By Mahanovic, that'll be her first.
Yeah, looks like, yep, that's going to be on Mahanovic. I apologize, Pinedale parents, if I'm saying her name wrong. I'll get a parent here to let me know here.
Yeah,
shortly.
Mahanovic is right.
Mahanovic.
Yep. Okay, the Tigers bring in 3 new players.
Yeah, Georgia Chance coming out, and Lily Hamilton and Goggles all coming out. Sorry, Ernie. And now inbound pass to Megan Winfield. Winfield corrals it, goes out to the left corner of the key where she likes to shoot, but she picks it up, gives it outside to Anderson. Anderson goes inside, puts up a heavily contested shot. Could have been a foul there, but no good. Rebounded by Pinedale. Now a bad pass by Pinedale, stolen by Anderson, and then a pass tipped by Anderson leads to a penalty. Maybe she got a hand on it. And who are they going to call that on? 22? 31. It's going to be Halen Sander with the Sander after that penalty. And now a timeout.
Yeah, it's her second personal foul.
Stopping the bleeding is Melinda Cox. 23-12, 5:17 to go in this first half. We'll be right back after this.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Welcome back to Bob Carey Memorial Stadium. Inbounding it is Adeline Anderson. It's 23-12, a little over 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Still trying to get across the timeline as they're facing half-court pressure. And now Darian Bell, nice inside pass to Kiara Friday, who puts up a shot left-handed, no good. Rebounded by Bell, who gets the little 5-foot putback, and that is good. I believe that's Bell's first points of the game.
Yes, it is. 4:58 to go till halftime, 23-14.
Ellen Bowers going up hard against Kendall McFadden. McFadden playing great defense on the best player in 3A. She hands it off to Tori Anderson, who gets around Megan Winfield. Can't penetrate, picks up the dribble, gives it back out to the outside of the key to Gabby Rogers. Rogers trying to get the matchup she wants. They're trying to switch Kendall McFadden off Bowers. Bowers now for a 3 from the top of the key, no good. Rebounded by Anderson, and now McFadden's got no one in front of her on the fast break. She gets stopped, though, about 2 feet away from the goal from Tori Anderson, and she gets the penalty on the shot, so Kendall McFadden will go to the line for 2.
First personal foul on Anderson, and boy, that call brought all the Pinedale fans to their feet.
But boy, Anderson didn't look like she had a move on her. She sprinted to get the foul. Now McFadden's first shot is good. Her first points of the game. 15-23 now. All Pinedale with 4:27 to go.
McFadden's first points of the game.
McFadden, their best free throw shooter, and now she makes the second one. She's at 60% on the season. Now they're facing full court pressure. Pinedale is now they get stopped up by Kiera Friday right at the half court line. She passes it back over to Ellen Bowers, who crosses the timeline. Now she's on the far right side of the key, still going up hard against Kendall McFadden, playing great defense. And now Gabby Rogers directs traffic before she hands it off to Mandy Mahanovic. Back out on the top of the key to Bowers. Bowers penetrates, takes an extra step, and gets fouled on the shot. Looks like by Adeline Anderson as she went up for the layup. No, it's going to be on Kendall McFadden.
And that's her first personal foul.
So that'll send Bowers to the free throw line. And Bowers, not only is she a 21-point average, she has an 82% free throw percentage. She's one of the best in the state.
And we have a timeout here as we have a little injury, I think, on Sandler. They went to the trainer's box right away when she came off. She's going to the end of the bench, and they're going to get something on her arm, I believe.
Freshman Georgia Chance coming back in for Lander, taking over for freshman Hayden Goggles. Bowers' first shot up and good. The lead is now 6 with 4:03 to go in this first half. Cool shoes on Bowers, as we always talk about the coolest shoes on the court. I think she's got them. Bowers' second shot, nothing but net, but she stepped over the line, so it will not count.
Yeah, so 24-18, halfway through the second period of play, Lander has the ball.
Darian Bell gets the ball on the inbound pass. Now Anderson back and forth. And now Anderson tries to look for the ball, and it's stolen away by Mahanovic. Mahanovic, easy points. I don't know why they were taking their time passing it back and forth. They knew that was going to happen, and Megan Winfield now gets the ball quickly over the timeline. Another bad pass, long cross court, tipped out by Alexis White. First time we've called her name.
Good thing Alexa White tried to catch that, otherwise it would have been their ball.
That was definitely out of bounds. Now Kendall McFadden inbounding it from right in front of the Pinedale bench. Inbounds it to Adeline Anderson, who gets the easy push and up for the layup. That is the 20-26 now for Pinedale's six-point lead. And now, oh my goodness, quick move there inside by Gabby Rogers. She gets the ball and finds an open lane, puts it up, and it's good. 28-20 now. Now Megan Winfield dribbling between 3 Lady Wranglers, gets it stolen, but they're going to call a penalty or a foul first on Sarah Kennard.
Yeah, the personal foul.
Is that going to be? That's going to be on Winfield.
No, it's going to be on Winfield.
Yeah,
that's going to be on Winfield, and that's her second personal foul. And on that last play, the Lander defense just didn't react.
No.
Gave her a full, wide-on, open look to the basket.
There was 3 Lady Tigers all on the right side of the paint, and that just opened up the whole left side. It was an easy layup there. And now Gabby Rogers, the girl who just made the layup, gets the ball across the timeline as she's going up against Friday. Gives it over to the left corner of the key to Mandy Mahanovic. Mahanovic finds the inside Sarah Kennard. She almost loses her dribble, so she has to give it back out. And now inside, Alexis White's shot is blocked by Adeline Anderson, but they're saying that she got contact on the hand.
And that'll be foul on Adeline Anderson. So
that's her first.
Her first personal foul, yeah.
So we will see freshman Alexis White at the line for the first time today. White only attempted 5 free throws all season. That's good for her first. So she's 4 for 7 on the season now. 4 for 6.
Well, the Tigers did have it down to 6. Now
a 9-point lead as she misses the second one. Darian Bell gets the ball from Adeline Anderson, who rebounded it. Bell spinning around to the right side of the key. Gives it out to Goggles. Goggles picks up her dribble. She's getting trapped in the corner. She gives it out to McFadden. McFadden back into Anderson, who gets her pocket picked by Kennard. Kennard's got no one in front of her. Adeline, now she picks up her dribble, stops. Anderson imposed some sort of will there and scared her into hesitating. Adeline Anderson got the rebound as it was no good, and now a held ball, which means it's going to be Pinedale's anyway. Adeline gets back up limping again, and Coach Cox sees that, brings in Lily Hamilton.
Well, the officials were really late on that call, too. One was looking at the other, and neither one of them made the call.
Yeah, but they did call a held ball. That means position area will be in Lander's favor next time.
And it was the correct call.
It was, yeah. Now Kennard penetrating. She slid, and they're going to call a penalty on 3, Darian Bell. I didn't see a reach.
That's her third personal foul, Sean.
Wow, and with 2:45 to go, Pinedale's going to go to the line for some 1-and-1s. And next foul on Pinedale will do the same for Lander, as it's 7-6 in the foul category.
Kennard is 2 for 2 from the line tonight, has 4 points.
Kennard, a 74% season shooter, misses the first one, rebounded by McFadden. And again, the pass goes to two Lady Tigers, and they don't know who the ball's going to. And now it's stolen by Mandy Mahanovic, who goes up easy to miss by Mahanovic, and it's saved by Pinedale and goes through the legs of McFadden. They're saying that didn't touch her, right? Yeah, the ball, as they tried to save it and they throw it inbounds at the feet like they always do, went in between the legs of Kendall McFadden. So Lander inbounds it to Hayden Goggles. Goggles gets trapped. Now she's up at the half-court line, has to give it away to Sandra St. Clair. St. Clair over to McFadden. McFadden inside to Friday, and bad pass way too high for Friday, over the heads of everybody and out of bounds.
8th turnover by the Lander Tigers. Pinedale trying to keep pace. They've got 7.
Yeah, 29-20, 2:19 to go in this second quarter. Ellen Bowers with the ball, dribbling it across the timeline. She gives it out to Gabby Rogers. Rogers now trying to get it inside. She gets it off of Sarah Kennard's foot, and it's going to be out of bounds, a turnover on Pinedale.
Yeah, both teams with 8 turnovers now. Just 2:07 to go here in the first half. 9-point lead by the Lady Wranglers of Pinedale.
Full court pressure is turned off by Pinedale's. Hayden Goggles gets it easily across the timeline, back out to Kendall McFadden, and now over to Friday. Friday, dangerous pass to McFadden. Gets it over to Hayden Goggles. She almost takes a three, gives it over to St. Clair now. She pulls up and pulls another three, and it's an air ball. Saved by Goggles, thrown inside, and a held ball means it's Lander's ball. 1:46 to go, 9-point lead for Pinedale. Great save by Hayden Goggles there.
You know, and it's interesting because some of the officials will call that ball out of bounds when it crosses the end line. They didn't do it that time, and Lander saved the ball.
As long as they don't touch their foot out of bounds on the jump out, it is safe to say that you can do whatever you want before you hit the out-of-bounds line.
So we've got 1:46 to go now. Tigers trying to get back in this one. They were down by only 6 here a few minutes ago. Now it's 9.
Halen Sander looks to be fine as she comes back in the game. And they're not passing the ball. They're going to have to do a 5-second. Nope, we can get it inside to Lily Hamilton, whose shot is blocked. Gets her own rebound. No good. Pits it back up a third time, and it's good. 29-22, first points for Lily Hamilton, the senior.
Well, the third time was the charm.
Yes, and a quick reach-in by Hayden Goggles as number 23, Ellen Bowers, passes the timeline out of bounds. So now an inbound pass by Bowers. Inbounds to Gabby Rogers. Boy, some sticky defense by Lander in this first half. Has kept it to a 7-point lead for Pinedale. And now Gabby Rogers dribbles around her defense. And, stolen away mid-air by Sandra St. Clair. They're going to call it a held ball, though.
That was a good call.
Yeah, and as she went up, you could have the foul call, but if it was all ball and she was holding it, it's a held ball. So now underneath the basket, Ellen Bowers all the way to the top of the key to Tori Anderson. Anderson back out to Bowers. Bowers dribbles in between 3 Lady Tigers and knees the ball on the dribble out of bounds. Turnover by Pinedale.
Well, that was a really nice drive by Bowers, but the knee got in the way.
Yeah, you can't do that. Now Hayden Goggles with 70 seconds to go passes it across the timeline to St. Clair. St. Clair to the top of the key. Now over to Friday. Friday back out to Goggles. Goggles, long cross-court pass. Almost tipped there. And now a bad pass by McFadden. St. Clair wasn't ready for it, and it's out of bounds. Goes all the way out to the lockers there.
Yeah, it goes all the way to the out the door down to the lockers.
Concession got their ball.
Yeah, a minute to go here, first half.
Ellen Bowers now with the ball, dribbling up against Kendall McFadden. Through the legs. Now she's trying to get around McFadden. Passes it out to Gabby Rogers. High pass. Give and go there was nice. Ellen Bowers got around 2 Lady Tigers, and there was no one in front of her. So now with 40 seconds to go, does Lander take the last shot as Friday dribbles inside the paint and gives it back out to Goggles. Goggles over to St. Clair for 3, and it's good. St. Clair from the left corner of the key, and that brings it to a 6-point lead with 25 seconds to go. Ellen Bowers almost loses the ball out of bounds, picks it up though, dribbles to the top of the key, tries to get the right matchup as she's still on this sticky Kendall McFadden. Gabby Rogers now, the same play that they tried to call last time, and it's picked out of the air by St. Clair. Now Lily Hamilton, she's got someone coming up behind her. She gets her pass. Kiara Friday for 3 at the buzzer, no good. Rebounded by Pinedale as the buzzer goes off. Wow, what a fast last minute that was as the Pinedale Lady Wranglers will head into halftime up 31-25 on the home team, Lander Lady Tigers. And we will be back with our Central Wyoming College halftime show after this.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy Cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
At Teton Therapy, our people make the difference. You can live pain-free. The amazing staff at Teton Therapy can help in Lander and Riverton.
When repairs are complete after a collision, you expect your car, SUV, or truck to look like new. That's the service you'll receive at Stork Auto Body in Riverton. Professionalism and meticulous attention to detail. You can depend on Stork Auto Body, 841 Miniweb Avenue, Riverton.
Welcome back to Bob Carey Memorial Fieldhouse. And we are on 93.1 KFCW as well as on WYO Today's YouTube page, as always streaming for free. The girls of Lander down by 6, 31-25 at halftime. They've played some pretty good defense on and off. They've had a couple mistakes in the turnover game, but so far Pinedale is kind of getting stopped when they typically wouldn't be.
Well, I tell you what, and if Lander had been a little more patient with some of their shooting, this game might be even, or the Tigers might even be ahead. They've done a much better job on defense today, and the defense is what's keeping them in this game.
Yeah, and both teams with 9 turnovers. That should speak to the level of conditioning and workouts that the Lander Lady Tigers have been doing over the last couple of weeks to kind of limit their turnovers and cause the other team to commit more turnovers. As I think Lander has done a really good job, not only defensively, but they've done a good job picking out their shots for the most part. That first quarter, they scored 12 points. The second quarter, they scored 13. Outscored both quarters by Pinedale, scoring 15 in the first and 16 in the second. I think that Pinedale, if they come out and play a similar offense, Lander, if they play a similar defense and they don't commit as many fouls, I think this game could come down to the wire. They just have to pick their shots better 100% of the time and try and make sure that they don't go for just a quick 3 as Adeline Anderson or someone might be streaking into the paint. They've missed a couple opportunities.
I really like the offensive play calling for the Pinedale Lady Wranglers. They move the ball around a lot, and with the Tigers on a man-for-man defense trying to stay up with them, usually ends up in one player getting free underneath the basket, and they've scored, about 8 points from under the basket.
Yep, just open lanes because they're able to get the matchups they want. And as soon as they run around a nice quick screen, it's a lot easier to get those open lanes. Lander needs to do a good job of spreading around the defense around the paint, not following too closely, and they really need Adeline Anderson to get her hands involved and get some blocks in there like she has. She hasn't had a single block so far. I believe the only block has come from Kira Friday, if I'm not mistaken. But here's some stats from the first half. As we mentioned, it is 31-25. For Lander, the leading scorer is Adeline Anderson with 7. Right behind her is Megan Winfield, who got all 5 of her points in the first quarter, 1 off of a 3-pointer. Adeline Anderson also has a 3-pointer, which we don't get to say that very often. Another 3 by Sandra St. Clair makes her the 3rd leading scorer, and then 2 points each for Kendall McFadden, Darian Bell, Kiera Friday, and Lily Hamilton. As for the Lady Wranglers, we mentioned Ellen Bowers averages 22 points a game pretty much, and she's already got half of that with 11. She's the leading scorer of the game, only one in double digits for either team. She's followed by 6 points for Halen Sandner and 4 points each for Sarah Kennard and Mandy Mahanovich. Then 2 points for Gabby Rogers and 3 points for Tori Anderson off a 3 to begin the game. And then 1 point for Alexis White from the free throw line. Ernie, they've done a good job of bottling up Ellen Bowers, but you said it so well. As soon as she gets into the lane, she's pretty unstoppable, even going up against a much taller Adeline Anderson.
Yeah, and the amazing thing is she gets the first step. She's got a step on Anderson, and that makes all the difference in the world when you're going up to the, through the paint under the basket.
Yeah. Again, this is our Central Wyoming College halftime show from Bob Carey Memorial Fieldhouse. For more information on Central Wyoming College's 4-year bachelor degree program and how you can earn that degree from the comfort of your own home, feel free to go to cwc.edu. Central Wyoming College, make your way out here. Look at Braden Lincoln's hair when it's not.
That's Peyton Bell.
That is, yes.
Yeah,
you're right.
that's
Sorry,
Peyton
I saw
Bell.
the 11 in
Lincoln's
the back.
right down here with the long hair,
they
too.
Both,
yeah.
I mean, everyone's got their hair out. They're going to have to go back and braid it, I'm sure. Boy, longest hair. That's longer than my wife's sitting right here.
Yeah.
Then you got the two curly-headed Bartones and Stauffenberg, and boy, just the big hair game. Yeah, Keaton Ironars.
Hey, last night we've got some scores from last night. In the girls' game in Class 4A, Green River beat Riverton 55-31. In 3A, Powell over Worland 50-28. In Class 2A, Wyoming Indian defeated Kemmerer in a pretty close game, 33-25. Wind River defeated Shoshone on a last-second shot. 3.6 seconds to go. The Cougars hit the shot, and Wind River beats Shoshone 46-45.
Wow.
Big Piney over St. Stephen's 57-41, and it was Riverside over the DuBois Lady Rams 47-25. And of course, last night Mountain View beat Lander Valley 53-29.
Boy, that Wind River Shoshone rivalry continues to get better and better every single year. Whether it's football, basketball, doesn't matter, man. That is one of the best rivalries in the entire state. I have some current scores. The Lady Wolverines of Riverton just lost their second game, this time to Evanston, 50-26. And then for the Chiefs have had a tough go of it, but at halftime, the Wyoming Indian Chiefs are beating Big Piney at Big Piney 31-29. And now Lady Chiefs, they just beat Big Piney Lady Punchers to become the conference champions. 54-24 Lady Chiefs over Big Piney Lady Punchers. Lady Chiefs again showing why they are the best in the state at doing what they do.
Yeah, I was tuning in on WYO Today YouTube, the Wyoming Indian channel, and watched a part of that girls game. And tell you what, Cody Beers had to sit in the corner of the gym where I usually sat up there in Big Piney, but he had a pretty good view of the court. So congratulations to the Lady Chiefs winning the conference championship again for Coach Alita Moss, who was a National Coach of the Year last year.
Yeah, I want to say it's the James Naismith Coach of the Year. Yeah. And it was their first year giving those out. They gave 2 Coach of the Year awards to each state. They picked Coach Alita Moss for girls basketball, and they picked Landers coach Stu Mullins for boys basketball. So we have 2 Coach of the Years right in our own county.
Yeah, and of course, Alita has won, I think, 6 state championships and a bunch of state runner-up. And Stu Mullins has won state championships in both Lander and Riverton.
Yeah, and the Lady Chiefs, after that third-place finish last year, that has eaten them up all season. You'd think a third place, that would be a great victory for your team, for your school. That is just not good enough for those girls, so they're going to look to get that number 1 back and get that trophy back at Wyoming Indian. With 1 minute and 15 seconds left to go in our halftime show, just want to thank Central Wyoming College sponsoring all our halftime shows for Riverton, Lander, and everything that they do for the entire county. Remember, for information on their 4-year bachelor's degree programs, as well as how to get those degrees from your comfort of your own couch, be sure to visit cwc.edu. Central Wyoming College, make your way out here. Ernie, this second half has to be a turnover battle that the Lander Lady Tigers need to win. Otherwise, they're just going to give away another victory. It has to be in that fourth quarter. They can't fall apart like they have the last 2 weeks.
Well, I'm impressed with the way the Lady Tigers came back. They closed to within 6 with about 4 minutes to go in the half, and Pinedale jumped on them for 4 straight points. And then the Lady Tigers came back, and now they're back at a 6-point margin again, 31-25. If the Tigers can maintain that focus, continue to box out underneath the basket and take good quality shots, they've got a shot at this game.
They do, and a huge three by Sandra St. Clair near the end of that second quarter to put that game within 6 points. They're really going to need to bottleneck the lane, and they're going to have to figure out where they can stop these Lady Wranglers from getting inside so easily. They had the term bottleneck just means to get them into an angle where they can go straight through, and they only have one option, either go to the hole or turn around and try and get the ball out. And if they can get Adeline Anderson at the end of that tunnel, they will be able to do a lot of damage, I'm sure.
Well, the Lander Valley Lady Tigers will have the ball to start the second half of play, and the officials are getting ready to go with the play-by-play. Here's Sean O'Brate.
Thank you, Ernie. Best voice in the game sitting next to me as Darian Bell gets the ball, and she's going to cross the timeline against Tori Anderson. Gives it up to Kendall McFadden. Ball tipped, but she gets it to Kiera Friday on the right side of the key. She puts up a three, and that's good to begin the game. 10 seconds in, Friday with the three. Now it's 31-26. Quick outlet pass to Bowers. Gives it back out to Kennard. Kennard dribbling around the key to the top. Goes up against Bell, picks up her dribble. Bell almost gets a steal, but an inside pass to Bowers. Bowers puts up the easy basket off the backboard.
13 points in the game now for Bowers.
Yeah, Bowers, they're going to have to do something about her if they want to win this game. Darian Bell now gives it back over to Friday where she just hit the three. She dribbles inside, gets it out to McFadden. McFadden shoots a three off the front of the iron, rebounded by Pinedale. Tipped out by Friday. Friday had a chance at it. Nice quick fast break pass inside to Gabby Rogers, who's fouled on the layup at the other end.
Yeah, McFadden picks up the personal, her second of the game, and Pinedale will go shoot free throws.
McFadden, man, she never looks pleased. Even if she were to make a three, she seems like she just wants to do something bigger. And right there, she gets the foul. She's hoping for the block. Gabby Rogers' first free throw is pure. 7:10 to go in this third quarter. It's a 34-26 lead for Pinedale as Adeline Anderson comes out and Lily Hamilton comes in. Second free throw coming for Gabby Rogers. Off the front of the iron, back and in. Helped by gravity, as Ernie likes to say, as Darian Bell now gets the inbound pass. Bell outside to Winfield. Thought about putting up a three from the right side of the key. She dribbles inside instead. Oh, tipped pass. Stolen by Pinedale. Inside now to Mahanovic, sorry.
That's right.
And now out to the left side of the key, back out to Kennard. Kennard goes inside, puts up a little floater, and the ball was tipped. Looked like more of a pass than a shot, but it was tipped by Lander out of bounds.
Yeah, that was great defense. They got to it right away.
Quick inbound pass to Bowers, puts up a free throw, or I'm sorry, a nice layup, no good. And I'm trying to see, was that a penalty on the putback? Yeah. Penalty on 25, Lily Hamilton on the putback there.
Her first.
And they're not going to call that a shooting foul. They're going to call that just a regular old blocking foul. Hamilton now, as soon as she came in, she got the foul. Now she's going out. Adeline Anderson got about 10 seconds of a breather. Now inbounded by Mahanovic. Easy lane inside for Bowers. She goes up, and she's fouled on the shot. She's been able to do that so easily, just get around the defense of Lander. 23 with the foul.
That's Winfield's third personal foul, Sean. And she is not happy at all.
No, she's not. You can see it on her face. Very upset that that was called.
So Bowers hits the free throw. She's now 2 of 3 and has 14 points in the game.
They bring in St. Clair to replace Winfield. Winfield going to have to sit for a while. They don't want her to get 4 fouls in this third quarter. Bowers' second free throw up and pure again. 37-26, 6:44 to go in the third quarter on our Wild Today scoreboard. And now Darian Bell going up the court. She hands it quickly off to Sandra St. Clair on the right side, far side of the key. Now quick give and go into Adeline Anderson, and she traveled across the baseline.
Yeah, we saw that one coming. She was too far under the basket, and she was trying to get out of there and just took an extra step.
Yeah, if you don't drag that foot, if you pick it up and do a big leap, which I know is tough with her size and her knee, and now a bad inbound pass off the hands of Bowers. Turnover by Pinedale. Lander got lucky there.
Boy, they sure did, because that could have been an open run to the basket.
McFadden now inbounds it high into the center of the paint to Adeline Anderson, and as she comes down with the ball, she's fouled. Looks like it's going to be on 13, Gabby Rogers, the sophomore.
Her first.
And so now 3 team fouls to 2. Or is that their first? Yeah, that's the first team foul for Pinedale. Now Rogers comes out. I did not see who came in.
It was Tori Anderson.
Oh, Tori Anderson, number 22. Now McFadden, inbounding from underneath her own basket.
Oh.
Kicks it right at the legs of Adeline Anderson and gets back out to Darian Bell for 3, and it's good. Nothing but net for Darian Bell from the right side of the key, right corner, I should say. And now Ellen Bowers quickly down the court. She puts up a high pass, and it's almost stolen by Adeline Anderson. It's last touched by Halen Sandner of Pinedale.
Boy, I tell you what, Adeline Anderson crawled up the ladder that time.
Oh,
and,
man.
She got a clean grab on that ball without going over the back.
She looked like a cornerback going up against a 50-50 ball in football. She just put her hands in between the hands of Sandner and just knocked it right out. Now, Lander's turn. Kiera Friday at the top of the key, tries to dribble with her left hand, gets it poked out, gets it back out to St. Clair on the right side of the corner. And now Kiera Friday inside, puts up a shot off the backboard, no good. Rebounded by Pinedale.
Yeah, that didn't miss by much.
No, and now Pinedale quickly going down the court. Ellen Bowers with a little give and go, goes up the baseline, puts up a shot left-handed, no good. Rebounded by Anderson. They're going to call a held ball, and I believe that is going to be Pinedale's ball. Yes, it is.
Yeah. 5:47 to go, third period, 8-point lead, 37-29 by the Lady Wranglers from the other side of the Wind River Mountains.
And now Pinedale, quick inbound pass to Sandner, who puts up a shot. No good. Gets her own rebound. Didn't look like Adeline Anderson even saw where the ball was going.
Right.
Kendall McFadden with another foul.
And that is her third.
And that's going to be a shooting foul. It's going to send Sandner to the line. She is a 53% season shooter. She's actually shot the most free throws of anyone on the team. She misses that one.
And that was her first attempt here tonight.
So now we're going to see again the freshman Georgia Chance. And we're also going to see 53, another freshman, Jamie Shoyo Ferris. We're just going to call her Jamie Ferris. I don't want to mess up Shoyo every time. As now 31, Halen Sandner gets the ball into the basket for a second free throw. It's a 9-point lead, 5:40 to go in the third quarter. Bell, cross-court pass to St. Clair. St. Clair gets the ball stolen inside as she tries to pass it to Anderson. Just a pass into a whole bunch of green jerseys. And now Kennard for 3, puts it up, and that's good. And they're going to call, yeah, that is a 3, so it's 41-29 now. Kennard had kind of a hand in her face there, but she was able to get open enough. Inbound pass to Georgia Chance, and she bounce passes it to nobody underneath the basket. Anderson just wasn't ready for it and wasn't there. Turnover, Lander.
Largest lead of the game so far by Pinedale. And 5:14 to go in the third period of play. Lander needs to get the ball back and put some points on the board here to get back in this game.
They definitely do. They have a lot of freshmen. And now a quick give and go. Ellen Bowers gets inside, gets in between 3 Lady Tigers and scores the easy layup.
17 points in the game now for Bowers.
Sounds like she's probably going to get her average of 21.7. Now Winfield for 3. Oh, that's not Winfield. That's Georgia Chance. Georgia Chance for 3. No good. Rebounded by Kiera Friday. And no, that's the freshman, Jamie Shoyo Ferris, for the putback and 1. Way to go, Jamie, getting her first points in a varsity game that we've been to at least this season. And now number 53, Jamie Ferris, gonna go for the old-fashioned three-point play here.
Mahanovic drew the foul for Pinedale.
Shoyo Ferris for free throws, good. Now it's 43-32, 4:48 to go in this third quarter. And it's going to be Kennard going down the court. Ball over to Sandner at the top of the key. She's waiting for something to develop. Gives it out to Ellen Bowers. Guarded closely by Georgia Chance. Now she's picked off. Georgia gets around it. She tries to go on the baseline, Bowers, and she gets fouled as she tries to go towards the basket. 30.
Foul on the Tigers, 31.
That's going to be Georgia Chance's first.
Yeah, her first personal foul.
Now inbounding it is Bowers. Bowers all the way to the left corner of the key to Kennard. And almost, I think she did get away with that walk there. Bowers goes in, puts up a shot, it's good, and 1. She just gets body on body there. She's so good at getting through the white jerseys, and that's 31. Chance got 2 straight penalties back to back.
Well, I tell you what, she reminds me a lot of how Abe Lopez squirts into the zone. Yeah.
Oh, totally. I can totally see that. She just has so much confidence as her first free throw is in, and she gets the old-fashioned three-point play. But yeah, she gets inside so easily, and it seems like it's never really the defense's fault. She's just good at getting in there.
She's had 9 points here in the third quarter.
Yeah, and now Sandra St. Clair tries to dribble around, gets her pass blocked, tipped, and now it's stolen by Pinedale. And now Bowers coming up to the top of the key. She hands it off to an open. Tori Anderson gives it back out instead of taking the shot. Now it's in the hands of Mahanovic over to Kennard on the left side of the key. Back out to Mahanovic, inside to Sandner. Sandner puts up a shot, and that's blocked by Adeline Anderson.
Yeah, that's a great block by Anderson. She timed it just right. And the Pinedale Wranglers have a height advantage out there right now, Sean, and that's why some of these Lander passes are not being effective. They're being intercepted or knocked down.
Now a quick inbound pass to the left side of the key. Bowers for three, no good. Rebounded by Tori Anderson. And Lander put in another freshman we've never seen, Addison Rounds, making her first appearance on the court tonight. And she is on Alexis White like glue. Ellen Bowers gets picked off, and they're going to call that a player control foul, as the screen was a moving screen on 21, Alexis White.
And that's her first team foul, and that is the, is that the third or fourth team foul? Yeah, that's the third.
And now Ellen Bowers is going to take a breather. This could be a moment where Lander can take advantage of a Bowers-less Pinedale team right now. Darian Bell down 14. They need to do something with 3:30 to go in this third quarter. Quick bounce pass off the foot of what looked like a Pinedale Wrangler. Yaz, number 53, Jamie Ferris, tried to get the pass, but tipped by Pinedale's foot. Now inbounding it is Addison Rounds. Rounds quickly into Adeline Anderson. It goes across the baseline, steps out of bounds.
Steps out of bounds, yeah.
She's done that a couple times this season. I don't know if it's necessarily the pushes that are getting her off of the line, but she's done that a few times. So now Pinedale with the ball.
Well, we're seeing
over the timeline. Go ahead.
No, we're seeing Coach Melinda Cox, Sean, trying to come up with a five-player lineup to replace the three big players we've had, and this is the first time we've seen those three players this season.
It's all freshmen on the floor right now except for Kiera Friday, and they call a timeout. I believe that timeout was on Pinedale. We'll take it with them. 46-32, 3:16 to go on our Wild Today's scoreboard. You're listening on 93.1 KFCW, and we're streaming on Wild Today's YouTube page.
You can depend on the crew at Extra Care Auto Repair. They can repair almost anything with wheels, gas, diesel, domestic, or import, and their work is top quality and reliable. Extra Care Auto Repair on North Federal in Riverton.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunners Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunners Automotive, 856-2288.
Are you a caring person that wants to help but not sure where to go? Wyoming Senior Citizen Inc. is looking for caregivers across the state. Call 307-856-6880 to find out more information. They would like to wish all Fremont County athletes good luck this year.
Welcome back to Bob Carey Memorial Fieldhouse. Pinedale inbounds it quickly to Sarah Kennard. They're up 14 with just over 3 minutes to go in this third quarter. Sticky defense by Friday on Alexis White. Inside pass tipped away by number 15, Addison Rounds. And again, it is all freshmen on the court right now except for Kiera Friday. Oh, and they put Darian Bell in there, a senior. That's good. They need some experience against this Pinedale team.
And Darian has 3 fouls, too.
And now number 13, Gabby Rogers with the ball. She brings it over to the right side of the key, passes it out to the top to Kennard for 3, no good. Rebounded by Pinedale. The putback, no good. And now Ferris with the rebound, the freshman, takes it away from the senior Sandner.
That was great. She just muscled her way in there to get that ball.
That's what they need, and now Ferris gets the pick and roll. She gets the ball inside, and that's good off the backboard. 2 points for Shoyo Ferris.
That's her 5th point of the game.
And wow, now Kennard and Pinedale coming up, only up 12 now with 2.5 minutes to go. Kennard, easy open lane. She gets picked as the number 31, Georgia Chance, just didn't know where to go. She got picked off right like a football play there. And so it's back up to 14. Darren Bell thinks about the 3, inside to Ferris. Ferris with the left hand, no good. Just hits the side of the iron there. Pinedale, long pass out into the paint, but now they have to go back out, and Georgia Chance steals the ball, gives it off to Addison Rounds. Rounds now double team, Gives it out to Darian Bell. They almost lost it there. Now Kiara Friday trying to push. She gets it back out to Bell. Bell for 3. And they're waving it off. Timeout by Melinda Cox before they shot an air ball. That was a good timeout.
We're seeing the future of the Lander Valley Tigers here, and it's looking pretty good.
We definitely are. I think we should take this timeout with them. We'll be back right after this.
From the wide open spaces to the canyon near you, Wyoming.com is reaching more homes and businesses than ever before. For more than 25 years, we've aimed to provide the best internet and phone service to meet the needs of our customers all across the great state of Wyoming. Now it's getting even better. Wyoming.com, expanding to an area near you. Wyoming.com. We're out there.
Welcome back. Sean O'Brate, Ernie Over with you on 93.1 KFCW, home of Lander Athletics. We've got a good game brewing, even if the score doesn't really reciprocate what the game looks like. It's 48-34. Pinedale, 1:48 to go in this third quarter.
Yeah, and when we lost the 3 players, Aislinn Donahue, Zoe Mulholland, and Layla Norris. And Melinda Cox is trying to find a good combination out there. And so all these freshman players are getting good varsity playing time, and this bodes well later on this season. Of course, we're really close. We've got 3 games left before the regionals.
Yeah, and they're going to need to find something that works because so far the turnovers, the points, they haven't been happening. So on the court, as we mentioned, is all freshmen except for Kiara Friday and Darian Bell. Georgia Chance gets the ball over to corner for Darian Bell. She drives the baseline, puts up a shot. She's fouled on that shot. And it looks like it's going to be on 21. That's going to be Alexis White, the freshman for Pinedale. That's going to send Darian Bell to the free throw line.
She has not been to the Charity Stripe yet today.
Bell's first shot up and good. Makes it a 13-point game with 1:38 to go in this third quarter. Bell a 30. That was her first free throw of the season that she made. She doesn't take very many. Second shot up, no good, and rebounded by Pinedale. Over to Ellen Bowers now, does the long football pass into the paint, and Kennard puts up a shot, no good, but it looks like she was fouled on the shot.
Yeah, she got the body slam there.
15, Addison Rounds, that's her first. And you're running out of room on your scorebook there because you've added so many players.
Yeah, I know.
Lots of freshmen coming into this game as Sarah Kennard, first shot up, and nothing but net. That is pure. 49-35 now, 93 seconds to go in this third quarter.
She's now in double figures at 10 points.
Kennard's second shot up, and also good. So now inbounding it is Shoyo Ferris, Jamie Shoyo Ferris. I hope I'm saying that right. Darian Bell gets the pass, and she dribbles quickly to the top of the key, penetrates, tries to put it, gives it back out to Chance. Chance out to Friday. Friday now dribbling around, tries to find the open pass, has to give it back out to Chance. Chance over to the corner to Bell. Bell now at the top of the key. Addison Rounds couldn't corral it, and instead of going over the half-court line, tries to chuck it under her legs behind her, and it gets right into the foot of Ellen Bowers, who kicks it out of bounds.
Yeah, that was a lucky break for Lander.
Lucky break, exactly. And now Darian Bell gets the inbound pass. Bell dribbles to the top of the key, and she almost travels, and then a trip happens, but Kiara Friday corrals the ball. She runs the baseline and loses it out of bounds.
16th turnover for the Tigers, 11 for Pinedale. Minute and 1 second to go here, 50-35. 15-point lead here by the Lady Wranglers.
Ellen Bowers now dribbling across the timeline. Bowers going up against the freshman, 31, Georgia Chance. She passes it inside to Sarah Kennard. Kennard back out to Malhanovich. Back out to Kennard at the top of the key. She fakes a 3, goes inside. Easy inside pass to Alexis White, but she gets blocked and fouled. That was a hard block. And that's going to be on Darian Bell. I believe that's her 4th. It is. And that's going to be a shooting foul, sending Alexis White, the freshman for Pinedale, to the line.
She's 1 for 2 in the game.
First shot up and no good. It remains a 15-point lead for Pinedale.
Pinedale has scored 8 points from the free throw line in this third period.
Yeah, lots of fouls not working out in Lander's favor. Second shot up and off the back of the iron, no good. Rebounded by Addison Rounds. Addison Rounds quickly trying to run up the court, do it on her own. She goes coast to coast, goes up with the right hand, and it's off the backboard, no good. A little too hard. Coach Cox asking for a foul as she ran into 3 Pinedale jerseys, and now Gabby Rogers with a 3, no good. Rebounded by Georgia Chance, has to kind of pick up her dribble a little. Darian Bell now gets the ball. She crosses the timeline going up against Kennard, and almost got away with the travel there. Over to Addison Rounds. Rounds inside to Shoyo Ferris. Bad pass, tipped and stolen away by Pinedale. And now Ellen Bowers with the ball for Pinedale. High pass, no good. The Lander Valley student section got them a little nervous, saying 3-2-1, even though there's 4 seconds to go. And now Pinedale going to inbound the ball, probably get the last shot here with 4.4 seconds to go. Long pass to the top of the key. Gabby Rogers gives it back out to Bowers. Bowers takes the shot at the buzzer. No good. So at the end of 3, it's 50-35. Pinedale Lady Wranglers over the Lander Lady Tigers. We'll be back with our final 8 minutes of play on 93.1 KFCW, and we're streaming, as always, for free on WYO Today's YouTube page.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey. Wyoming Community Bank is ready to serve you. Stop in at any one of their branches located in Riverton, Lander, and DuBois. A bank that is owned and operated by the locals of Fremont County. Wyoming Community Bank. They're here to help you.
We're back. Bob Carey Memorial Fieldhouse. The Lander Lady Tigers were outscored 19-10 in that third quarter. What did they do right? What did they do wrong there? I mean, they just weren't playing as good a defense as they were in that first half.
Well, they weren't getting the good shots either. But, you know, the 3 freshmen who are into the game and 4 on 2 of the drives down there just haven't had the varsity experience yet. And they get caught not knowing where to go, and that allows Pinedale to get some really easy shots.
Yeah, Goggles, a freshman who's had a lot of experience, passes it out to Shoyo Ferris for 3, no good. And it's rebounded by Ellen Bowers of Pinedale. I don't know if that was the game plan. She was just left open. Quick pass stolen by Megan Winfield. Nice tip by Kendall McFadden to get that steal. And Winfield loses the ball, and they're going to call it a double dribble. And Winfield having a very emotional night. You can see it on her face.
Yeah, she just is not really happy with what's going on.
Winfield, one of the leading scorers for this team, and she hasn't gotten a lot of time because she's in foul trouble.
So Pinedale, 7.5 minutes to go in the game, 50-35, 15-point lead.
And now a quick inside pass. Adeline Anderson tips it away. No foul, good. They get it back out, Pinedale does. And now a long pass to Sarah Kennard. Almost goes out of bounds, but it's corralled by her. Right side, near side at the top corner of the key. She hands it off to Tori Anderson, who has an open lane if she were to take it left-handed, but she didn't. She picks up her dribble, and now Shoyo Ferris all over her, and a steal by Winfield. But before the steal, a timeout by Pinedale, and that was very lucky timing by that timeout there, as Winfield had the ball in her hands by the time the whistle came. And we will take that timeout with them. 50-35, 7:08 to go in the game.
At Teton Therapy, our people make the difference. You can live pain-free. The amazing staff at Teton Therapy can help in Lander and Riverton.
Okay, back again. Shauna Brayton, Ernie over here. 7:08 to go. We were just talking about 2 of the officials who are husband and wife in this game. You don't see that very often.
No, you don't, but at least they get to spend their weekends together on the court. And now an easy inbound pass inside to Halen Sander. Puts the body up and gets the easy foul by Adeline Anderson, who just had her hands up, but you run your body into someone like that, and it always looks like a foul. That's Anderson's second.
And that is the 9th team foul against Lander. Pinedale has 4.
Yeah, so no matter what, they're going to be going to the line for 2 shots from here on out, as Sanders' first shot is good. Bounces around and falls. 51-35 now.
She now has 8 points in the game. Bowers, by the way, is 2 points away from her average. She's got 20.
Sanders' second shot is good as well. So a 17-point lead for Pinedale with 7 minutes to go in this fourth and final quarter. Shoyo Ferris with the ball on the left side of the corner. She passes it inside to Anderson. Anderson turnaround. She gives it back out to Goggles. Goggles dribbles inside Winfield from the right side of the key, and it's good for 3.
Yeah, there we go.
Winfield using that emotion to her advantage. She shoots from the far side, right side of the key. And in that corner, she loves to shoot that 3. And now Kennard trying to penetrate. She can't. Gets it back out to Anderson. Anderson over to the right side, near side. Pinedale moving left to right on your radio dial. And she drives the baseline. No good. Rebounded by Halen Sandner.
I think we got a foul on Lander under the basket, or is it on Pinedale?
That's on Pinedale.
Oh, it's on
Sandner
Pinedale.
looks like she put an elbow into Anderson's chest. That's her third, Sanders. Anderson inbounds it to Hayden Goggles. Goggles moving across the timeline. High dribbles. She needs to kind of push those down if she wants to get inside. Now an inside pass to Winfield. She turns, puts up a shot. A little 5-foot floater's good. Winfield, 5 straight points for the Lady Tigers, and the lead is down to 12.
Yeah, this is what the Tigers need to do. Be sticky on defense and then just run that offense to get some points.
Bowers almost kicks it out of bounds. She gives it back out to Anderson, back out to Bowers on the right side of the key. And now she hands it off to Gabby Rogers all the way around the key, back to Anderson on the left side, far side. Back out to Rogers at the top. She's trying to penetrate. She can't. Gives it back out to Kennard. Kennard back out to Anderson. Anderson puts up a little floater herself. No good, off the front of the iron. Rebounded by Shoyo Ferris. And now Goggles, they can make this a 10-point game. They could make it a single-digit game. Bad pass by Goggles, and last touched by the
Tigers
freshman.
apparently.
Yeah, I thought that it might have hit the back of Kennard, but
that's what I thought too, but he was right there, so he made the call. 5.5 minutes to go, 12-point lead. Tigers not out of this yet.
definitely not. Kennard dribbles it across the timeline, not facing a lot of pressure here. Over to Rogers, or Bowers. Bowers inside to Gabby Rogers. No good, but she gets her own rebound, puts up a shot, and 3 white jerseys attack her.
Yeah, so another foul on Lander and more free throws for Pinedale.
And that's going to be on 34. That's Hayden Goggles, the freshman.
And
her
Hayden
first.
has just 1 foul.
Yeah. And so Gabby Rogers back to the line, left-handed, puts it up, and it's good. And she is a 11% free throw shooter on the season. That's not the best, but she makes that one. Second one go up and also good there. So she is definitely not at her average today. Goggles gets the inbound pass. Long outlet pass to Winfield for 3. Oh, in and out. And by in and out, I mean it was halfway down the net and it bounced out. And last touched as the out-of-bounds ball is touched by Lander. So Pinedale gets the ball here.
14-point lead by Pinedale, and 12 of those 14 points have come from the free throw line here in the second half.
Wow, that's something to talk about with Coach Cox, as she is trying to figure out what this team can grow and work with before regionals. Inbound pass goes to Tori Anderson. She's facing half-court pressure by Winfield. Winfield playing this like they're up right now. She's the only one that's doing that. Winfield gets it, Sarah Kennard gets it on the left side of the corner. She gives it back out to the right side of the key. No good for 3, but rebounded by Pinedale, and a big block by Adeline Anderson.
Wow, that was a massive block.
Sander, boy, she hit the ground hard. It was all ball, no foul. Out of bounds on the block, though.
I think we had some jabbering going on there because the official is now talking with Sandler.
Sander looked like she was talking back. Inbound pass tipped by Kendall McFadden. And they're going to call that out of bounds as the tip went back into the hands of Ellen Bowers, and she stepped out of bounds when she got the ball.
Right.
And now, do we have a time in? We just have substitutions that they're allowing here, as Gabby Rogers and Halen Sander come out, and number 21, Alexis White, and number 11, Mandy Mahanovich, come in. Goggles gets the ball across the timeline easily. She goes to the inside to Kiera Friday, back out to the corner to McFadden, had the ball tipped. They're calling it out of bounds on Pinedale. That happened right in front of the student section, so you can hear them cheering about it. McFadden shouting out an order. Gets it to Anderson on the outside of the key. She dribbles inside. Now back out to the top to Goggles. Now back out to the corner to McFadden. She thought about a 3, Ernie.
Yes, she did.
And now she's dribbling around. She gets a nice inside pass to Anderson, who puts up a crazy prayer behind the backboard. No good, and it was rebounded by Pinedale, but she stepped out of bounds. Lander will keep this ball with 4:28 to go. Still 54-40.
That was a frustration shot by Anderson.
Yeah,
she was out of position for that.
It looked like she might have been hoping for just a foul. But anyway, Anderson gets the ball back on the inbound pass. Friday over to Winfield for 3. Way too long off the back of the iron. And rebounded by Pinedale as Kennard rushes into the paint and gets an easy lane. Looked like maybe a foul, but an easy lane. She gets the 2 off the backboard with the left hand.
Coast to coast.
Yeah, they give up a lot of those. And now over to the corner, Kendall McFadden's pass tipped by Anderson into the hands of Ellen Bowers. Bowers now goes up for 2. She went coast to coast, and she was fouled on the shot, so she'll go to the line.
Yeah, she'll have a couple of shots now. Lander's in the double, or Pinedale's in the double bonus.
And that's again on Goggles.
Her second. Number of fouls not going to mean much here because every time Lander does foul, they go to the line, and here's Ellen Bowers.
Bowers' shot, pure. Nothing but net.
21 points in the game, and that's she's 7/10 of a point away from her season average.
And there's, no good.
Yeah.
Bounced in and out, looked good. So it's going to remain 57-40 with 4 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. Hayden Goggles, she double dribbled, picked up her dribble at the half court line. That's her second double dribble in about 5 possessions.
She just got away with almost being called with a technical foul because she bounces, and then she quickly started to shake her hand, saying that wasn't my fault.
Yeah, timeout by Melinda Cox. Going to try and get this team corralled here for the last 3 minutes and 53 seconds. It's a 17-point lead for Pinedale. We'll be back on 93.1 KFCW, and we're streaming, as always, on Wild Today's YouTube page.
From the field, to the court, to the pool, and beyond, Fremont County athletes give their blood, sweat, and tears for their teammates and community. Why compromise that with alcohol or marijuana? Help your athlete make the most of their playing time by avoiding the dangers and impact that substance use can have on their performance and future. For more resources and information, visit FremontCountyPrevention.com.
And welcome back. 3 minutes, 53 seconds to go here in this fourth quarter. The Lady Tigers looking at their 7th straight loss if they don't do something quickly. 17 points. It's a large deficit, and Ellen Bowers has it to start off, and she passes it quickly to Mahanovic, who gets stuck there by in between Kiera Friday and Megan Winfield, and they're going to call it a held ball.
Oh, that was a great move by Winfield. She got in and got her hand on the basketball.
Yeah, she was guarding Tori Anderson, who was looking to set a screen, and ended up Megan Winfield didn't fall for it, just reached in there for the ball, called it a held ball. It's Pinedale's. Pinedale now going to inbound it from right in front of us. Kennard over to the backcourt, out to Anderson. Anderson dribbles across the timeline, and she is going against a very tough Megan Winfield right now. And she gives it off to Mahanovic. Mahanovic gets held up there by Kiera Friday, and another held ball. Great play by Kiera Friday.
Yeah, she was just really opportunistic as Mahanovic just stuck the ball out there, and Friday grabbed it.
And now Kendall McFadden inbounds it to Hayden Goggles. Goggles trying not to double dribble again. She gives it out to Winfield for 3, and no good, but rebounded by Kiera Friday underneath the basket. Put back, turn around, no good, and it was tipped blast by Pinedale. But my goodness, Shoyo Ferris had a chance. Yeah, that was an effort there by
great effort.
Kiera Friday just grabbing it out of the air. Kendall McFadden now underneath the basket. Gets it inside to Megan Winfield, who goes out to the left side of the corner. And now inside to Shoyo Ferris, left-handed, and that's good off the backboard. Ferris with 7 points.
Yeah, that's great for Ferris.
Ferris, one of the better freshmen that has come on the court today for Lander, and a tipped pass goes right back into the hands of Kennard, who drives the baseline. Easy left-handed layup is good.
Well, that time the tip pass got everyone relaxing for a second. Kennard just grabbed it and had a clear lane to the basket.
Nice pass by Goggles to Winfield, but Winfield couldn't handle it inside the paint, and it's off her knee and out of bounds. So another turnover by Lander, 2:48 to go in this game.
You know, we had 36 turnovers against Lovell. We're at 22 right now. We had a much better game against Mountain View in the turnover department, but I think there's a little bit of a tired feeling happening out there.
And now a double dribble by Ellen Bowers, and I totally agree with you. They're all tired, and that's something that Coach Cox has talked to us a lot about, how this team's so short-staffed that when the fourth quarter comes, that's why they give up leads and stuff, is because they're so tired. So Goggles gets the ball. McFadden at the top of the key, hands it over to Megan Winfield, double-teamed. Back over to Ferris. Winfield on the cross-court pass over to Goggles. And now inside to McFadden. McFadden puts up a shot. She's blocked. She's not Adeline Anderson. She is too short for that. She turned around and got blocked immediately. So now it is Tori Anderson giving it out to Kennard on the right corner. Kennard trying to figure out the play. A pass over the head of McFadden and blocked by Winfield. And then the putback shot is fouled.
Yeah, White got the basket and the foul. And the personal, that was at 24 or 34? I couldn't tell.
34, Hayden Goggles.
No, they called it on
McFadden.
McFadden, that's her fourth.
I think that's where they got it from. Man, Megan Winfield got that block and then just put her hand downs and was waiting for her teams to maybe get the rebound, and instead they got the foul because the rebound went to Pinedale. And the old-fashioned three-point play, not good, rebounded by Shoyo Ferris. Now off to Goggles. Goggles running across the line right in front of us. Over to Winfield in the left corner. She dribbles inside the paint, puts up a crazy shot, and it's good, and one.
Wow, what a crazy shot that was.
And she didn't look like she could even get the ball up past her waist, and just kind of flung it up there. 44-61 now, as Adeline Anderson finally coming back in the game, coming in for Kiera Friday.
Sarah Kennard with her third foul.
And now Winfield for the old-fashioned three-point play herself. Winfield shot no good. Shoyo Ferris with the rebound, puts up a putback, no good. And that rebounded by Ellen Bowers. Oh no, that's 33. Erica Wilson, the freshman they brought in.
Megan now has 12 points in the game.
And now on the left side, far side, Sarah Kennard gets past the defense, puts up a left-handed floater, no good. Rebounded by 21, Alexis White. Now out back, out to the top of the key, Erica Wilson. Nice inside pass, give and go to Alexis White, freshman to freshman. White's shot up and good, and one. And boy, Lander's interior defense cannot stop anything.
No, I think that, let's see, that was on
Goggles. That's her third.
Goggles, her third, yeah.
Now Kiera Friday, after a quick breather, comes in for Goggles. 1:25 to go, 19-point deficit. Could be 20 here with White's free throw. And it's off the back of the iron, no good. Anderson with the rebound. 80 seconds to go here. Kendall McFadden going to dribble to the top of the key. Just trying to end on a good note here as Winfield gets the ball. She dribbles in, and
it is fouled.
A couple bodies hit the ground. She's going to be fouled. That should be number 7, which means 1-and-1s. That foul on number 4, Bella Heath.
Who just came into the game.
Yeah, I mean, just came into the game just to get that foul. Winfield at the line now. First shot good. 45-63.
That was her first free throw tonight, too.
Yeah, not very many free throws for Lander.
No, not very many at all.
Winfield's second shot, no good. Almost rebounded by Shoyo Ferris, but rebounded instead by the freshman, 33, Erica Wilson. And Sarah Kennard, long pass over to the right side of the corner. And inside now, and nope, she passes it out. And number 1, Kennard, get the ball on the right side of the key, near side. She dribbles down the baseline, puts up a shot, no good. Shoyo Ferris with the foul, though.
And that's her second foul.
And Kennard does a great job of just...
No, it's her first, I'm sorry.
Swiftly getting around the bodies down the baseline, puts up a shot. Kennard with 55.4 seconds left. First shot up and bounces in off the backboard.
16 points now for Kennard.
Pinedale's Kennard having a great night. Second free throw up, and that one is much more pure, still in the basket. 65-45, 55 seconds to go. Kiera Friday dribbling it up to the top of the key. She gives it back out to Anderson. Thought about another three. Instead, she goes up with the left hand at the lane, and no good. She just lost it. And Pinedale gets it back. Anderson trying to get the steal. Almost tips it out. Gets it back out to Pinedale, though. And now Gabby Rogers, she's gobbled up there. And Bella Heath at the top of the key. She's a senior. She gets the ball knocked out by Anderson. And now Winfield with the steal. Winfield going to be all alone. She trips, and she can't get the ball back. Gets it almost out of bounds, and it is out of bounds.
You start to fall, and you try not to fall, and you keep falling, and that's what happened. We almost got that one there.
She's laughing it off, but that was a funny series of events that happened right there.
Yeah, it was.
With 18.6 seconds left, looks like Lander's just going to let Pinedale take this. And Winfield at half court tries to put a hand out, and she does get Erica Wilson to drop the ball, but not enough as it's corralled by Kennard. Kennard up against Kendall McFadden, and with 1 second left, and a little fist bump by the official to the coach there. 50. What was the final score? They already shut off the.
Yeah, 65-45.
65-45 is the final score. Lander falls for their 7th straight game. Pinedale moves to 14-4.
No, 15-4.
15-4. They won yesterday. I apologize. And with that, the Lander Lady Tigers are done with this weekend's games. And we will be back with our Click It or Ticket post-game show on 93.1 KFCW and on YO Today's YouTube page after this.
You need an oil change, but you don't have a lot of time. Expressway Lubes on South Federal in Riverton and Highway 789 in Lander provide a fast, professional lube, oil, and filter change. Expressway Lubes, locally owned and proud to support our local student athletes.
At some point, everyone is a pedestrian.
When you're driving, yield to pedestrians. Wear light clothing.
Walk on a pathway instead of the road.
Look out for pedestrians.
Avoid distractions like your phone.
Look out for pedestrians, they're everywhere. We are the Wyoming Indian Lady Chiefs. We need you in our stand.
Visit Lander Gambles to make your home feel like new. They will beat any competitor's price. Stop by to speak to one of the sales agents or visit LanderGambles.com. Lander Gambles will help you find the perfect product that fits your budget and lifestyle. Lander Gambles, 420 Main Street, Lander, Wyoming.
The staff and board at the Fremont County Fair wish to thank everyone who attended the fair this year. Whether you enjoyed Family Day, a night event, entered a craft show, or showed your livestock, thank you for all your efforts. We'll be moving and grooving next year, so stay tuned.
Welcome back to the Click It or Ticket postgame show here at Bob Carey Memorial Fieldhouse. Pinedale Lady Wranglers win over the Lander Lady Tigers 65-45. Tough fourth quarter there for Lander. We thought that they might be able to put some defense together and get this young freshman core that's going to be leading this team in the future, maybe some minutes, and maybe they show what they're made out of. But as you mentioned, in that final quarter, the only one to score was senior Megan Winfield.
Yeah, she had, let's see, how much did she have? She had 5, 7, she had 8 points in that quarter. And she was the only player who scored for Lander. 8 points in that quarter. 10 points, I'm sorry. I can't count.
We got 2 points from somewhere else. There was a 10-point quarter, though. We'll figure that out here in a second. And I think that the player of the game is obviously going to be Megan Winfield, no matter what. She scored 13 points, and she played defense for quite a while there, even though the game was over for a little while. As far as Gatorade player of the game goes, be remiss to say Adeline Anderson at 7 points, but Darian Bell had a pretty good game. She had a three-pointer in that, third quarter, and she was able to play a lot of good point guard minutes, and she was going to be the one that kind of led this freshman team out and about into the fourth quarter and try and show them the ropes. Darian Bell had done a great job all season just leading this team. With all the injuries, they're really looking to her right now, her and Winfield, and just a overall kind of the game we were imagining. They played good defense in the first half, got very tired in the second half. Ernie's got stats for us, and I'll be right back.
Megan Winfield ended the game the high scorer for Lander, the only player in double figures with 13. We had 2 points for Kendall McFadden, 6 points for Darian Bell, 3 points Sandra St. Clair, 5 points for Kiera Friday, 2 points for Lily Hamilton, and 7 points for Adeline Anderson. So on the other side of the ledger, 21 points for Ellen Bowers, who averages 21.7 points a game. 17 points for Sarah Kennard. She averages 13.7 points a game. Oh, that's where they are down there. Yeah, that's right. Thank you for that. I forgot about all these extra players.
Yeah, you have a whole scoreboard at the bottom of your scoreboard.
Yeah, I sure do.
Many freshmen.
Because Shoyo Ferris had 2, 4, 6, 7. Oh, okay. All right, thank you.
Correction at halftime. It was 23, not 25.
23, okay. There we go, 23. So it was 11 points at halftime. So Shoyo Ferris had 2, 4, 5, 5, 4, 2, 4, 6, 7 points.
Math is hard.
I didn't have my shoes off, so I couldn't count on my toes.
There you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, Shoyo Ferris did a great job. And it's just a great job by the freshmen there.
Okay, it's boys' turn now. And we're going to go to the Hampton Inn pregame show. As we named the two players of the game, didn't we?
We did, yes. We're going to say Megan Winfield for the Papa Murphys and Darian Bell for the Gatorade. So thank you, Click It or Ticket. On to our Hampton Inn and Suites pregame show. 5 minutes, 45 seconds away from tip-off with these boys here. And the Pinedale Wranglers coming in with a record of 8-11. 8-10, I'm sorry.
8-10.
And the Lander boys coming in with a record of 11-6 after their win yesterday in overtime. Don't know if we can handle another overtime game today, Ernie.
Boy, I don't know. We had 2 overtime games in a row, the 3rd overtime game of the season for the Lander Tigers. But you know what? They found a way to win. And that was the key thing. As Coach said, we've just got to be able to put it all together. 4 quarters so far. The Tigers have been really great in 3 quarters. Same thing happened to them in Lovell. You know, they let up. We talked about it. They took their foot off the gas in Lovell, and it happened last night again against Mountain View, and Mountain View caught them.
Yeah,
well, I don't know if this means anything, but Coach Stu Mullins is dressed entirely in black today.
Maybe, maybe not. We can make that a motive for something here tonight.
Yeah.
Pinedale looking at their green and orange camo uniforms, and I love those uniforms. They use a lot of camo in all of their football, their basketball. They got some good colors there, and it's going to be green on green again here. We got a meeting of some captains at the half-court line with the officials. And we will go get the starting lineups here in a second and be back on 93.1 KFCW as well as on WYO Today's YouTube page, where we're streaming, as always, for free.
Papa Murphy's is proud to sponsor this week's Player of the Game. For a limited time, enjoy a Papa Murphy's barbecue chicken pizza made with KC Masterpiece barbecue sauce. After the game or anytime, you can't beat the fresh ingredients and authentic flavor of a Papa Murphy's Take and Bake pizza. And you know it's baked right every time because you baked it yourself. Papa Murphy's on North Federal in Riverton. Drop in or order online at papamurphys.com. Go Wolverines!
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Wyoming Community Bank is ready to serve you. Stop in at any one of their branches located in Riverton, Lander, and DuBois. A bank that is owned and operated by the locals of Fremont County. Wyoming Community Bank. They're here to help you. Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at DuBois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment. Want access to local news, sports, events, and more? Download the WYO Today app. Now available on all platforms. Stream your favorite radio station, submit something to buy, sell, or trade for deals on the dial, or view contests and special coupons. Better yet, the WYO Today app is the best way to access free HD video of Fremont and Hot Springs County athletics. It's all at your fingertips. Head to your app store or visit wyotoday.com to download the WYO Today app now. A well-drawn-up game plan can be the difference between wins and losses. The same can be said about your mental health. Making a game plan to talk to your children can make a huge impact on them and help make them feel supported and listened to. The good news is, this winning game plan isn't hard to implement. All it takes is you starting the conversation and being ready to talk. If you need helpful resources and tools, you can visit FremontCountyPrevention.com.
Ernie Over and Sean O'Brate back with you at the Bob Carey Memorial Fieldhouse here in Lander, where we're getting close to the start of our boys basketball game between the Lander Valley Tigers and the Pinedale Wranglers. And in the first game this year, Lander did win by 10 points over the Hill. That was the only game we've missed so far this year. The road got closed on us before we got there.
As we were hitting Lander, we got a call from Mr. Cody Beers saying that we were most likely going to be stranded out in Pinedale if we went that way, and ended up not being stranded. But they ended up coming back and playing another game, so I feel like we could have gone to that if we had just left a little earlier. We apologize. Pinedale coming out with their starting lineups here, and Ernie with our Sutherland starting lineups. We'll give them to you before they do.
Okay, we have Bricker Kaiser, Owen McMillan, Josh Gozar, J.C. Ramage, and Colby Bailey going to be starting for the Pinedale Wranglers of Coach Marcus Helland. They come in with an 8-10 market for the mark on the season. For the Lander Valley Tigers, we're going to go with Parker Sixby, Braden Lincoln, Bennett Washburn, Brandon Stauffenberg, and Abe Lopez. For Coach Stu Mullins, and the Tigers now at 11-6 on the season. And as Coach Stu Mullins said last night on our pregame show after the Mountain View win, it's the first time the Tigers exceeded their wins from last year. They only had 10 wins last year. This year they have 11 so far with 4 games to go.
And they've earned every single one of them. Lots and lots and lots of close games. Only 2 blowouts to my memory, one of them being at Mountain View and the other one early on in the season when we were here for the first
against
weekend.
Cheyenne South.
Yeah, so other than that, it has been overtime games, it's been buzzer beaters, it's been last minute rushes. I mean, it's been a lot of hectic games here, a lot of cardiac arrests. And that was our Sutherland starting lineup. An interesting note, Abe Lopez making his first start in nearly 3 weeks. Don't know what exactly happened. I think they were trying to get some starters to some starting minutes to some other players here. And with the call for the Lander boys versus the Wranglers, Ernie Over.
And we have Bridger Kaiser and Brennan Stauffenberg. And Stauffenberg gets the tip over to Alex Lopez, as you just said. Stauffenberg has it on the left side outside. On top, Lopez. Back to Stauffenberg. Stauffenberg drives the paint, puts up a shot from 7 and drops it. Brennan Stauffenberg gets the first points for the Tigers, and it's 2-zip. Putting on full court pressure now. Down court for the Pinedale Wranglers. We have 15. Bridger Kaiser. Now the Lander Valley team gets a steal on the near side. Here's Stauffenberg over to Lopez for 3. It's no good, but rebounded by Lincoln. Lincoln in the paint to Lopez. His shot is no good on the floor. Ball's bouncing around, picked up by Pinedale. With the ball right now is Kaiser. Kaiser brings it down to Ramage. Ramage shots up off no good. Rebound by Pinedale. Taken away by Bridger, by Braden Lincoln. Down court, here's Stauffenberg. Stauffenberg all the way in the paint. Turnaround, 360. No, not good. Rebound, pulled down by Owen McMillan. McMillan has the ball knocked away, but it's picked up there by Gosar. Gosar underneath, all alone. Shots up and good.
That was a
by
great pass.
Colby Bailey. Yeah, that was a great pass. Bailey's obviously the tallest guy out there, except for maybe Stauffenberg. Here is the Tigers with the basketball now. Washburn has it off to Parker Sixby. Underneath it goes. Boy, he wasn't looking for that ball. Underneath, Parker Sixby recovers it from the corner. Lopez's shot is not good. Ball's knocked away. Picked up by the Pinedale Wranglers all the way down the court. Lays it up and in. That's Bridger Kaiser, and that was a comedy of errors, Sean.
Yeah, Sixby had a couple kickballs there that didn't get called under the basket. Led to a missed three, and now Abe Lopez quickly driving coast to coast all the way down and puts it in with the left hand.
And we're tied at 4 here, just early going. Down court, Josh Gosar with it. Down court, underneath the basket, Ramage. Ball gets away. Picked up by the Tigers all the way down. Stauffenberg lays it up and in. Brennan Stauffenberg, 4 points in the game. Lander takes the lead 6-4. Down court now, here's Kaiser, brings it into the forecourt. Long pass down court to Bailey, too long and out of bounds. 4th turnover by the Wranglers.
I'll tell you what, the speed that Lander is forcing Pinedale to play at, I don't know if Pinedale can really play at this speed for very long, because Lander is really maximizing the potential here with the speed and the pace of play.
Coach Stu Mullins yelling out some instructions on the far side. There's Sixby. On top it goes to Lopez. Lopez, long pass in the corner. Stauffenberg for 3. It's short, not good. And the rebound comes down. Outlet pass. Ramage lays it up. No, not good. Washburn with the rebound for the Tigers. Hands it off to Lopez. Lopez down on top of the key. Whistle, and we have a palming the ball turnover for the Lander Tigers. And, Lopez is prone to that sort of thing occasionally.
Yeah, he likes to drive. He'll eventually or essentially get a foul probably 1 out of every 5 times he drives. A lot of times it's because of his physicality, though. He'll go in there and bum rush someone, but that time just palming the ball.
Hamby comes in for the Pinedale Wranglers. He's got the ball now on top of the key to Gosar. Gosar back over to Hamby. Hamby to Gosar, playing catch around the horn to McMillan. McMillan back over. There's a shot by Gosar. It's off, not good. Fight for the rebound is won by Pinedale. Coming away with that basketball. Now on top of the key, it's McMillan. His shot for 3 is up, off, not good. Rebound underneath the basket by Bailey. Bailey loses control of the ball. Picked up by the Tigers. Here comes Stauffenberg into the forecourt on the right-hand wing. He finds a little bit of a lane and draws a foul as he goes through the paint.
And boy, I mean, when you say that this team is fast, they're showing it right now. And Bartoni coming in for Braden Lincoln. The way that they just move, they don't even wait. As soon as they cross the timeline, they just do everything in their power to get to the basket within 2-3 seconds.
Inbounds pass to Stauffenberg. Now over to Lopez, left side outside to Sixby on the near side. Sixby to Lopez. Lopez in the paint, drives for the basket, hands it off to Washburn. His shot is blocked and a held ball is called, and it'll go to Pinedale.
Oh man, a held ball is, I guess it's the right call. She had a better, closer view, but Bennett Washburn got that rebound and was just going up for a shot. Looked more like a shooting foul.
Yeah, it sure did to me, but wasn't called. So here comes Ramage all the way down, gives it off to Bailey. His shot's blocked. Another shot, no good. Rebound, Bailey again. What? Another shot is up, no good. Rebounded by Bartoni, and a held ball, and Lander will have it.
Boy, he got a third offensive rebound and went up for a windmill behind the basket kind of layup, and I just was like flabbergasted he'd even try it, but it almost went in.
Yeah, here we go for the Tigers. Lopez will bring it down court. 4 minutes to go. We're halfway through the first period of play. Lander leading by 2. Neither team has scored here in a couple of minutes. Here's Stauffenberg out to Lopez. Lopez on the right-hand wing stops outside the lane. Now gives it off to Bartoni. To Lopez across the key to Sixby. Sixby to Stauffenberg for 3. It's short. Not good. Rebound tip by Washburn. Not good. And Pinedale comes away with the basketball. Hurrying down the court is, that's 21, McMillan. McMillan in the corner it goes. Back over to McMillan for 3. It's no good. I just missed that one. Rebounded by Lopez for Lander. Lopez brings it down into the forecourt, left wing over to Stauffenberg for three. It's good.
Stauffenberg left open that time. His first 2 threes, he had a hand in his face, missed him. That one wide open.
9-4, quickly down court. Here's a shot up off and good. That is Brady Hamby, and Pinedale calls a timeout.
Yeah, Brody Hamby just didn't have anyone near him. And yeah, timeout. 2:57 to go in this first quarter. Tigers up on the Wranglers 9-7.
Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at DuBois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, community health centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment.
Lander's Brandon Stauffenberg has 7 of the Tigers' 9 points as Lander leads by 2, 9-7, 2:57 to go, first period of play. We're here at the Bob Carey Memorial Fieldhouse in Lander. There's Washburn off on the far side outside to Lopez, back to Stauffenberg. Stauffenberg outside the arc, gives it to Washburn, knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Lander. Sticking his hand in there and knocking it out was Kobe Bailey. 2:45 to go now.
Head coach Marcus Helen didn't even try and argue that call. He was right in front of it.
Braden Lincoln back in the game for the Tigers, and there's the ball knocked out of bounds. Nice attempt there by Gosar. 2 Gosars on the team. We have Alex and Josh. Josh is playing right now. Here's the inbounds pass to Lopez on top of the arc, midway between the 2 lines, over to Bartoni. Bartoni over to Stauffenberg, pops a 3. It's short, not good. And the rebound pulled down by Hamby. Hamby gives it off down court, makes it all the way down. Now at the corner, Hamby has it. There's a shot up for 3 that's in and out, not good. Tip goes back to Hamby. His shot from 7, no good. Rebounded by Alex Lopez. Lopez brings it down all the way down to Washburn. The ball's knocked away from him, and he gets the ball right back. Almost bounced it out of bounds that time. Lopez in the lane. Oh, a shot is blocked, and a player control foul is going to be called against Lopez.
Boy, the Pinedale fans here thought that he was for sure out of bounds. And on the way in, you could hear it with the boos. And then for Lopez to go up there and not only get his shot blocked, but then be called for a player control foul. That was a huge win on that possession by for Pinedale.
McMillan comes out of the game, and Bridger Kaiser comes back in, guarded closely by Lincoln. Kaiser brings it down in the middle of the court, loses the basketball, but picks it up, and that is that Michael Hosler? Yeah, that's Hosler. Gives it off now to Gosar. Shots up and good. And Gosar, first point. We're tied at 9 here in Lander. Here's Stauffenberg, gives it off to Washburn. Washburn to Lopez on the right wing. Lopez makes a move to the free throw line on top to Lincoln. Lincoln moves to the right-hand side, changes direction in the lane, gives it over in the corner. Lopez for 3, it's good.
Boy, Washburn was lucky to corral that loose ball, and then for him to be able to find Lopez in the corner. Great vision there.
Down court, the ball goes to Hosler. I'm not sure how that's pronounced. Oh, a block by Bartoni.
Almost
on
went up
the
in
shot.
the second stands there.
Yeah, it almost went up into the walkway underneath all those championship banners. And coming into the game now, returning is Owen McMillan, and coming out of the game for a bit of a rest is Josh Gosar.
Someone bought 10 Domino's pizzas. I'm wondering where those are going.
Oh, my goodness. That could be for the Lander team. That's the Lander maintenance engineer here. Okay, here we go. There's a long shot up by Kaiser. That's good for 3. And just like that, Pinedale answers. We're tied at 12, under a minute to go. Here's Sixby off to Washburn to Stauffenberg. Stauffenberg on the left side outside makes a dribble now in the middle of the lane. Behind him, whistle and a foul on Pinedale on Stauffenberg. Personal foul whistled against McMillan. His first.
41 and a half seconds to go, and that's only the third foul in the whole game.
Yeah, this game has been very well played so far. Here's the inbounds pass to Bartoni. Bartoni left last night's game with Mountain View with a cramp. Here's Lincoln, lays it up, no good, and a blocking foul against the Wranglers.
Yeah, glad to see Bartoni didn't sustain a serious injury, because he is one of the better players on this Lander team. He's really grown ever since Kyson McClung left with that broken arm injury early in the season. He's grown so much as a shooter and a defender.
And Braden at the free throw line for the Tigers. Shot is off the back of the iron, not good. Did you notice that Kyson's doesn't have the cast on anymore?
No, I did not see that. And I thought for sure that it would take him a little bit longer, but they did say he could be ready to go by state. And I mean, if he doesn't even have the cast on, he could be ready to go by regionals. Who knows?
Okay, the second shot by Lincoln is up, and Braden gets this one, and it's now a 13-12 lead for the Lander Valley Tigers. Pinedale with the basketball coming down the court. Owen McMillan over on the near side to Josh Gosar. Gosar on the left-hand side, right-hand side on top of the key. He comes back on the near side now to Brady Holmby. Holmby back over to Kaiser. Kaiser to Gosar. Gosar with the basketball, guarded closely by Lincoln.
Ooh.
Lincoln almost gets knocked to the ground that time. Underneath the basket, there's a shot. Up, off, not good. Rebound is up and not good, and that's the end of the period. And after one period of play, Lander 13 and Pinedale 12.
It's more than clocking in or collecting a paycheck. We are a network of caring professionals who want to be here, dedicated to serving our communities. We are Sage West Healthcare, our two campus hospitals in Riverton and Lander. We take pride in our region, our people, and our communities. Located in beautiful central Wyoming, filled with natural recreation in our own backyard. We are neighbors caring for neighbors, a community caring for its own. We are Sage West. We are recruiting the best, like you.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
Lander 13 and Pinedale 12. Pinedale will get the ball as we start the second 8 minutes of play. J.C. Ramage to take it out into Gosar. Gosar with the ball on the near side. Midway between the two lines. Moves to his right. Reverses direction. Pumps a three. It's off the iron. Not good. Rebounded by Bartoni, and they're going to call a held ball, and that'll go to Lander. Nice reaction there by Bartoni, and he doesn't show any ill effects of that cramping he had last night.
No, definitely not. And that block earlier, I don't know if it was the block or something, but one of them knocked down one of the senior banners. That was what Cyril Stauffenberg's fishing right now.
Yeah, he's fixing right now. Here's Stauffenberg. Whistle, and a blocking foul is going to be called on, let's see, is that 22? No, 32. It's J.C. Ramage.
Yeah, Stauffenberg's head got cocked back like he had just gotten punched in the face.
Lopez to take it out for Lander. Inbounds to Sixby. On top to Lincoln. Far side, Lopez fires a three. It's short, not good. And the ball is on the ground. Lopez picks it up. Bounce pass over to Lincoln. Nice recovery that time. Lincoln in the lane from 5 feet off the glass. Not good.
Got his own.
He gets his own rebound into Lopez for two. Nice play by the Tigers.
Lopez grabbed the rebound and spun around after he faked a shot. So two Pinedale Wranglers faked out, and he just had an easy open look at the backboard.
Gomez has the ball knocked away, and underneath layup, good. Lopez, 2 in a row for Abe, 17-12. Lander up now by 5. Here's Gosar with the basketball over to Kaiser. Kaiser back to Gosar in the middle of the lane. Now off to McMillan. McMillan gives it back to Kaiser, to Gosar in the corner. Back to Kaiser. Kaiser on the near side. McMillan's three is short, not good. Rebound by Pinedale, pulling it down over there. Bailey. Now a long shot by Gosar for three.
Long shot is an understatement. That was an NBA three.
He has 5 points in the game now, a 2-point lead by Lander, 17-15. Lopez brings it down, far side outside, stops on the baseline, puts up the shot. It's blocked out of bounds by Gosar.
While I applaud Abe Lopez for not giving up on the opportunity to score there, he had an open player behind him that was looking for a three-point opportunity. He just instead went down the baseline and put up a shot he knew was going to get blocked.
Here's Sixby to Bartoni. His shot is a little short, not good from 7 feet. Rebound comes down to Gosar now. Gosar all the way down in the corner, and that is Kaiser. I'm sorry. Kaiser has it. Kaiser in the middle of the lane, loses the basketball, picks it up. His shot is not good. Rebounded by Stauffenberg for the Tigers. 5:55 to go until halftime. Stauffenberg brings it down, finds a little bit of a lane, and draws the foul as he goes up for the shot.
He's so good at that. He's able to get in that little bit of space, and that foul's going to be on 15, Bridger Kaiser.
His first.
Yeah.
That's only the fifth team foul. Lander has 1. And at the line is Brendan Stauffenberg, who hit 5 of 6 last night in the overtime to cinch the victory over Mountain View. He missed the first here in this game tonight. Second shot, short. Hits the front of the iron, not good. Rebounded by the Wranglers, and they bring the ball down court. It's Kaiser. Kaiser off to Gosar for 3. Got it.
Boy, they're getting so many open looks at 3. If they keep hitting them like this, Lander's going to have a lot of trouble.
18-17, Pinedale with the lead. Here's Lopez on top. Stauffenberg in the middle of the lane, takes a shot. Up, off, not good. He hits the ground. No foul called, and the ball will stay with Lander as it bounced off of Pinedale and on a bounds.
Yeah, number 32, Jace Ramage. He got a hand on that ball before it went up. And his hand eventually came down and hit Brennan Stauffenberg's arm, but good no call there. That it was really the ball first.
6B comes into the game and takes the ball out of bounds into Stauffenberg, far side outside in the corner. 6B back to Brown, and Brennan underneath. Whistle, he's fouled. Just as you said for the last time, it happened again this time, but they call it personal on Gosar. That's his second.
What led to that was a great no-look pass by 6B. He faked like he was going into the paint, and he didn't take his eyes off the lane and handed it off to Stauffenberg, gave him a little bit of space.
This shot by Brennan is good, and Tigers go up now, or tie the game, 18-all. Second shot by Brennan. He's 1 for 3, 2 for 4. Okay, he gets that one, and Lander takes the 1-point lead. Here's Gosar down for the Pinedale Wranglers, dressed in dark green with orange letters and numerals and their camouflage trim. On the near side, McMillan has it. Gosar in the corner for 3. No, not good. Rebounded by the smallest guy out there, Braden Lincoln, and he almost throws it away. Picked up by 6B. They better get it across the timeline here as the clock is moving. Stauffenberg does into the forecourt. Underneath Bartoni to Washburn. Washburn loses the handle. Turnover Lander. Long pass down court. Scoring for Pinedale. Let's see who is that. That's Gosar. He gets the 2-point basket, 20-19 now. Pinedale with the lead over Lander. Here's Bartoni. Bartoni on the right wing passes it over to Washburn. On the left side to Stauffenberg. Stauffenberg goes in the lane. Short jumper is too long. Not good. Rebound by Gosar. Gosar will bring it down for... No, that's Kaiser. No, that was Gosar. I'm sorry. It's kind of hard to see these orange numbers. At least for this old guy here. Underneath the basket, shots up and good by Bailey. His 4th point of the game. It's a 3-point lead by the Wranglers. We're halfway through that first period of play. Here's Stauffenberg all the way down to Washburn. Washburn off the lane, has the ball knocked away. And boy, Stauffenberg looks tired, Sean.
Yeah, Stauffenberg's had a lot of minutes tonight. He's done a lot of damage inside the paint as well as outside the key. And they're instead of pulling him out, they're going to pull Bartoni out and put Abe Lopez back in.
Yeah, he's got his hands on his knees. His face is pretty flush, too. Here's 6B into Lopez. Gesundheit. Lopez comes in the game on the left-hand wing, drives the baseline underneath the basket to Parker 6B. Over to Stauffenberg. Underneath to Lincoln. Shots up and good. Braden Lincoln. What a nice shot.
I mean, that looked like it had so much velocity that it should have just banked far off the backboard, but it went in. Nice spin. Really got that in there.
Gosar throws the ball away down. 7th turnover, and we have what? I heard a whistle. We have a foul on Pinedale, or
Coach Mullins is mad that that wasn't a kick ball.
Okay, we have a foul on Nick Sletton.
And that's going to go to the 1-and-1s with 3.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Lander's going to be able to get a lot of free throw opportunities if they play their cards right here.
7 fouls called on Pinedale, only 1 on Lander. I'm sure that's concerning Pinedale. Shots up good by Brennan. 3 in a row now for Brennan, the big senior. 3.5 minutes to go until halftime. We're tied at 22.
Yeah, Coach Marcus Helen was talking to the ref saying, how is that a foul?
There's the next shot. Lander regains the lead, 23-22. Down court, here's Gosar. Gosar almost lost the ball there underneath. There's the shot. Oh, boy. Colby Bailey was slammed from behind. No foul called. And Kaiser takes it out of bounds for Pinedale. I think the Pinedale folks are getting a little frustrated. Here's the inbounds pass. Shots up. Well, there's a foul called on Lander. And that goes J.C. Ramage made it. And the personal foul is on Abe Lopez. And that'll be his second personal foul. At the line now is Ramage. He has not scored in the game for Pinedale. Shots up. No, not good. Too strong off the right-hand side. 3:19 to go here in the first half of play. Lander by 1 over Pinedale, 23-22. Next shot by Ramage coming up, and this one is a tie game. And we have a substitute coming in now is Colby Bailey. Bailey at the 3:19 mark. 23-23. Lander will have it. Coming out of the game is Bridger Kaiser. So Washburn brings it into Lopez, who will bring it into the forecourt on the right-hand wing. Lopez back over to Stauffenberg to Washburn. Washburn to Lopez. Lopez outside the arc, drives in the paint, off to Stauffenberg, under the basket, off the glass and in. Nice patience that time by Brennan Stauffenberg.
He's done very well at making sure that he doesn't have to rush everything. He was doing a lot of that in the first half of the season. Almost stolen by Sixby there.
Owen McMillan with the basketball for the Wranglers. He moves it inside the arc, about 8 feet away. Ball's knocked away. Turnover, Pinedale. Bounce pass. Oh, that was
a pretty pass.
Pretty pass, but Pinedale intercepts it, and then they throw it out of bounds, but last touched by Lopez, so Pinedale will have it.
Yeah, that was a great pass. I don't think he saw the dark green jersey behind his 2 white jerseys. Otherwise, that was a great, very pretty pass by Stauffenberg.
Gosar over to back around the corner. Gosar has it. Now there's a shot in the middle. Ball gets away. Not good. Rebounded by McMillan. McMillan takes a shot for 3. It's off the front of the iron. Stauffenberg comes up with the rebound. 2:16 to go. Off to Lopez. Lopez in the corner. Lincoln has it on the far side. Sixby for 3. It's good. Parker Sixby.
He had a great night last night. I was wondering when he was going to finally take a shot, as he made 3 threes last night.
Lander up by 5, 28-23. Down court, Pinedale. There's a shot by Gosar. In and out. Not good. Rebounded by Lincoln. He hands it off to Stauffenberg, who brings it down into the forecourt on the left wing. Stauffenberg calls a play. Now he bounces it on top to Washburn. Almost lost the play, and a foul is going to be called on Colby Bailey.
Bailey, if they can get him into foul trouble, that's their big boy underneath. He does a lot of damage, and I believe that was is that his second?
That is his second personal. No, his first. Yeah, it is second personal foul. Well, actually, they called it on...
no, they did. They called it on 41.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
The scoreboard was a little slow.
Yeah, Washburn's free throw was up and not good for Bennett. So Pinedale gets the ball. Here's Gosar. Gosar on top of the key. Moves it over to Hamby. Hamby back on the near side. Around the horn it goes. Sletton had it on top of the key. Hamby. Now over to McMillan. McMillan drives the baseline, kicks it behind him, throws it away.
Lander student was just sitting there minding her own business. The ball got tipped right into her lap.
Right into her lap. Now she picks up her phone and she's texting someone. Hey, guess what just happened to me?
I almost just got hit in the face with a basketball like Cody Beers.
Minute 20 to go. Here we have Lopez. Lander 28, Pinedale 23. Sixby has it outside the arc on the near side. Lincoln on the right wing. Moves it inside underneath the basket. He's trapped. Gets it over to Sixby on the outside. Sixby drives the baseline. Can't shoot. Over to Lopez. Boy, that was a nice pass. Lopez traveled with the ball. Turnover. The three-point shot is not good.
Sixby was standing right beside him and said he didn't take a step. He literally put a foot out and put that foot right back and made a little fadeaway three there. Very hard pass, though. It hit Abe Lopez right in the face. I think that's what you were referring to.
Kaiser has the ball, gives it off now to Sletton. Sletton back to Kaiser. Or no, that's McMillan. McMillan, far side in the middle, turned around. Hamby, good. Hamby gets the basket, his second of the game, and it's 28-25. 40 seconds to go here. Stauffenberg brings it into the forecourt. Off to Washburn. Washburn now to Sixby. Sixby has a bit of a lane, stops in the middle of the lane, has it taken away from him, has his pocket picked, and Lincoln does the same thing, knocks it out of bounds. Hamby couldn't keep his hand on it, and it'll be Pinedale's ball. 22 seconds to go. 28-25, Lander by 3, and now Gosar coming back into the game, and coming out of the contest is Nick Sletton. Here's the inbounds pass, goes to Gosar. Gosar over to McMillan, back to Gosar. 14 seconds to go to McMillan to Gosar. On the near side, Hamby. Hamby has it on top of the arc, 8 seconds to go. Hamby tries to make a move, and he's blocked by Lincoln. That's only the third foul against Lander, and that is for Braden Lincoln. That's his first personal foul. Only 3 team fouls against Lander, so the Wranglers will take it out of bounds. Hamby brings it into Gosar. 4 seconds to go. Coast to coast, shots up off, not good. Ball game. Ball shot is not good. And at halftime, the Lander Valley Tigers have 28 and the Pinedale Wranglers 25.
You need an oil change, but you don't have a lot of time. Expressway Lubes on South Federal in Riverton and Highway 789 in Lander provide a fast, professional lube, oil, and filter change. Expressway Lubes, locally owned and proud to support our local student athletes.
Natural Health Solutions offers treatments for a variety of conditions, along with nutritional counseling, chiropractic, acupuncture, and more. Treatment plans designed individually to optimize your health. Call for an appointment, 856-8181 today.
When you purchase your car, do you know if you got the best payment possible? The answer is probably no. Oftentimes, your loan is packed with additional charges that can drive your monthly payment higher than it should be, costing you thousands of dollars more for your car. Hi, this is Patty, and here is your second chance to get the payment you deserve. Visit Atlantic City Federal Credit Union today for a courtesy loan review. We've helped our members save money by refinancing their vehicle with us. Now it's your turn. Open your eyes to a credit union. Atlantic City Federal Credit Union.
Back again, Ernie Over and Sean O'Braid at the Bob Carey Memorial Fieldhouse in Lander. The Tigers are leading at halftime, 28-25 on our Central Wyoming College halftime show. Remember, you can now get a Bachelor of Applied Science degrees at Central Wyoming College. Call or log on to cwc.edu for more information. For the Lander Tigers, Brennan Stauffenberg has 13 points on 3 field goals and 1 tray. Abe Lopez, 9 points on 3 field goals and 1 tray. Now 3 points for Sixby on 1 3-pointer and 3 points for Braden Lincoln on a field goal and 1 for 2 at the line. For the Pinedale Wranglers, leading scorer is Josh Gosar. He has 2 threes, 2 field goals, 9 total points in the game. 5 points for Bridger Kaiser, 5 points for Brody Hamby, 4 points Colby Bailey, and let's see, that's it. That's 1 point for J.C. Ramage. That's the halftime total. Lander and led at the end of the first period of play, Sean, 13-12. And they lead by 3 here at the halftime, 28-25. Turnovers, the Pinedale Wranglers have 9 unofficially, and the Lander Tigers have 5.
Yeah, Lander's doing a great job on the turnover battle. They're able to force a lot of tough shots from the backcourt into the forecourt. They've done it a lot, especially with Sixby kind of switching up on 2 different players. If he's able to get a little bit of separation in between his defensive assignments, he's actually really dangerous. Sometimes you might think that's a bad thing, as there's basically one player that might be looking a little bit more open, but he has always got his head defensively sound on Lander's side, and he's able to get a lot of good looks at steals. He's tipped a couple balls out of bounds. He's done a great job at being just a pest inside the half-court line for Lander right now.
6:31 to go here until halftime. The Lander Valley High School pep band is performing on the far side, and they brought their drum band along, or their drum line again here today on our Central Wyoming College halftime program. And we'll be back and have a chat with Coach Melinda Cox of the Lander Valley Lady Tigers after this.
Are you a caring person that wants to help but not sure where to go? Wyoming Senior Citizen Inc. is looking for caregivers across the state. Call 307-856-6880 to find out more information. They would like to wish all Fremont County athletes good luck this year.
Natural Health Solutions offers treatments for a variety of conditions, along with nutritional counseling, chiropractic, acupuncture, and more. Treatment plans designed individually to optimize your health. Call for an appointment, 856-8181 today.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
No, I'm a Denver fan.
Here with a Denver Broncos fan, Coach Melinda Cox. Coach Cox, tough loss. It happened a lot in the fourth quarter again. I know your girls got tired, but you put in a nice core of freshman girls that had a pretty good night. What are you looking for in the rest of the season from those girls you put in?
Well, they're going to need to continue to step up. Those are some good basketball players. And listen, you know, as a coach, when you've coached kids for as many years as I have, you want to give them as much opportunity as you can to kind of turn the page and make things happen. But we've struggled. And, you know, I have a level of expectation in how we play, and we haven't been meeting that level of expectation. And so some changes needed to be made.
And those changes, I mean, they came in and Ferris had a great time underneath the basket. She looked like a natural and under there, and maybe she could take some minutes away from Adeline Anderson when she keeps getting banged up and tired as she plays a lot of minutes. Anderson was limping for most of the game. Is she doing all right?
Yeah, you know, Adeline's great. She's struggling a little bit with some transitioning into the varsity speed of the game. But, you know, heck, she's a heck of a player. She had a great game last week. And, yeah, it'll be nice to have somebody that can kind of come in and take some pressure off of her for sure.
She did a great job. Another great player tonight, Megan Winfield, 13 points. She plays with a lot of emotion. You can see it on her face. I felt like she almost started crying out of anger because she was committed a foul. And then when she misses a 3, she's the first one to let herself know about it. What does she bring with the last couple games of her senior year? She does a lot of work on offense.
Yeah, she really does. Megan probably played the best game of the year tonight for us. And, she's had kind of a challenging year coming back from a pretty successful team last year. And then, we've struggled this year. And she's had to be our only returning player. And she's had to carry a pretty heavy load. And I think I think she's enjoying some release a little bit on the offensive end as well, that it's not all on her shoulders.
Another good offensive and defensive performance from Darian Bell. She stepped into a leadership role with Layla Norris out. Is that going to be your leading starting point guard for the rest of the season?
Yeah, she has been all season.
Yeah.
Darian's gotten a lot better. I mean, she's coming into her own and doing some really good things for us. So she just keep rolling on. She's doing a good job.
And last question, just heading into regionals, I expect us after today to see a lot of freshman names that we haven't seen for most of the season. We saw Georgia Chance. We've seen Hayden Goggles. We saw Addison Rounds. Is there some other girls you're thinking about maybe giving some varsity minutes in the next couple of weeks?
No, I think you'll see that's the limit for us. I mean, we've been plagued with some injuries, and so we've got some kids that are ready to step up, and Georgia did a great job today on number 23, and Addison Rounds is really good, very solid. So they'll get some more playing time on the varsity, JV level first, and then varsity, and we'll just see where it goes from there.
Well, Coach, good luck next week. And
thank you.
Tough loss today, but I'm sure we'll get back on the winning track soon.
All right, thank you.
Have a good one. A minute 20 to go before the third quarter. Tips back off between the boys of Lander Valley and the boys of Pinedale. 28-25, Lander in the lead at home. Ernie, what do we got to do to get a win, not a win in overtime, preferably?
Well, I tell you what, looking at the first half, Stauffenberg has been amazing, 13 points. We haven't gotten any points from Caleb Bartoni. We haven't gotten any points from Bennett Washburn. We only have 3 from Parker Sixby. So if we get those guys to start contributing some points here and keeping the defense pretty stout, I'm amazed. We've seen a lot of games this year where people missing right underneath the basket. Pinedale has not been very good underneath the basket today.
Yeah, Lander's gotten a little lucky with some of their shots hitting the bottom of the net and hitting the back of the backboard way too hard, and they got lucky there. So 15 seconds to go. This has been your Central Wyoming College halftime show. Remember, for more information on their 4-year Bachelor's of Applied Science degrees, as well as how you can earn them from the comfort of your own home, be sure to visit cwc.edu. Central Wyoming College, make your way out here. And with the call on the second half, Ernie, over.
Okay, the Pinedale Wranglers will get the ball to start the second half, trailing by 3, and play is underway. Here's Gosar with it around the horn to Ramage. Ramage holding the ball into Gosar. There's a jump shot from the top of the key. Owen McMillan gets his first 2 points of the game, and we're now at a 1-point lead for Lander, 28-27. Tigers come down with Abe Lopez. Lopez can't shoot around the horn. Stauffenberg has it. Stauffenberg stops back to Lopez on top of the key now, over to Washburn. Washburn fakes the handoff over to Stauffenberg in the lane. 360, he's fouled as he goes up for the shot.
Yeah, 30 seconds in, already got a foul on a shot there by Brennan Stauffenberg, and that's going to be on number 32. Stauffenberg does a great job of getting those calls. He's
J.C.
really,
Ramage.
Yeah, he's really, really good at going up in a physical lane there.
And the free throw is good. That is the, 5th consecutive free throw. The broadcaster's curse does not apply, and he makes the next one. So 7 straight free throws. Now 30-27. Lander back up by 3. 7.5 minutes to go. Third period of play. The Ramage brings it down. There's a block. It's picked up. The ball goes straight up in the air, but it's picked up by Cody Bailey. In the middle it goes now to Gosar. Alex Gosar. Shot is up. Not good. Foul is called underneath on Lander. No, that was not Alex Gosar. That was Bridger Kaiser. I'm sorry.
Foul on Stauffenberg. That's his first. There are certain players for Lander you really can't have in foul trouble if you want to stay consistent, and that's Abe Lopez and Stauffenberg as Bridger Kaiser hits his first free throw.
Kaiser's a junior for Coach Helen, and he gets a second one as well. We're back to a 1-point game. Stauffenberg brings it down, stops in the backcourt, looking for someone to throw it to. Passes over to Lopez. Lopez under the basket. Ball's knocked up, picked up, and knocked out of bounds by Lander. That ball went straight up in the air. Washburn had it and tried to throw it underneath to Lopez, and it went off the top of his head and out of bounds.
Yeah, I don't know if it was necessarily a pass. I think it got kind of tipped as he got bumped.
Yeah, I think you're right there.
But, yeah, hit right off the top of Braden Lincoln's head.
Here's Josh Gosar with the ball. Gives it off to McMillan. Now over to Kaiser. Kaiser with the ball to Gosar. Gosar, across the key it goes, around the horn. Now back out on top with the ball is Ramage. Now over to Gosar. Gosar finds a little bit of a wing, 15-footer up, not good. Rebounded by Stauffenberg. Stauffenberg bringing it down for the Tigers on the right-hand wing. Does a 360, puts up a short shot that bounces around and falls in.
Boy, that hit every single part of the back of the iron, I should say. And he got lucky with gravity, and then he steals the ball, but he accidentally kicks it right out of bounds.
Knocked out of bounds. Great play. I tell you what, he saw that play developing and took off from underneath the basket and almost got the steal.
Keyword almost.
Yeah, the key word is almost. Ramage with the ball into Gosar. Back over on the far side to Ramage. Ramage now. McMillan has it. Gosar around the horn. Here's the shot up off, not good by rebound. Kaiser. Rebound is up and good. Kobe Bailey with his 6th point of the game.
Kobe put his arm all the way back. It looked like one of those Odell Beckham Jr. football catches. He got all the way back and caught it with one hand.
Here's Lopez. Shots up, not good. He didn't have enough oomph on that one. Recovered, rebounded by Pinedale. In the middle now. Shots blocked, and the rebound is going to go to the Tigers. With it is Lopez. Lander leading 32-31. 5.5 minutes to go. Stauffenberg on top of the arc. Over to Sixby for 3. In and out. No, it missed. It hit the right side of the rim. Just a little bit short. Long pass is way too long. I don't know where that one was headed.
Josh Gosar wasn't expecting him to fire a football pass directly into the chest area. I mean, he just wasn't even looking for the ball to come at him at 80 miles an hour there.
I think that pass went to Hudson. Okay, here we go. Stauffenberg calling instructions now to Washburn. There's the pass in the forecourt. All alone Bartoni in the corner. Sixby. Stauffenberg now in the lane. His shot is blocked. Rebounded by Lopez. His shot underneath and in.
It was a great move. He was able to put the arm out and under the Pinedale player, and now Stu Mullins calls a timeout. Lander up 34-31, 4:54 to go in this third period of play. We'll be back on 93.1 KFCW after this.
When you purchase your car, do you know if you got the best payment possible? The answer is probably no. Oftentimes, your loan is packed with additional charges that can drive your monthly payment higher than it should be, costing you thousands of dollars more for your car. Hi, this is Patty, and here is your second chance to get the payment you deserve. Visit Atlantic City Federal Credit Union today for a courtesy loan review. We've helped our members save money by refinancing their vehicle with us. Now it's your turn. Open your eyes to a credit union. Atlantic City Federal Credit Union.
Ernie Over and Sean O'Bray back with you at the Bob Carey Memorial Fieldhouse. Lander 34, Pinedale 31, 4:54 to go, third period of play. The first game between these two teams, Sean, went to Lander by 10 points. Pinedale's a tough team. They actually won a game at Powell, which was Lander lost to Powell in overtime. And, of course, they also played the Lovell the week before, or the day before we did. There's a long pass down. Ooh. Shots up, off, not good. Rebounded by Lander. Shot by Owen McMillan. Almost got stuck on the side of the basket. Stauffenberg brings it down. Washburn to Lopez. Lopez to Stauffenberg for 3. It's good!
That's his favorite spot on the top of the key right there. That's where he likes to shoot that ball.
Lander up by 6 now, their largest lead, 37-31. Down court comes Kaiser. Kaiser in the middle of the lane, loses the basketball, puts it up, and that one was recovered by McMillan, who gets his 4th point of the game. And it's a 4-point lead now, 37-33. Whistle and a travel on Washburn. 6th turnover for Lander. And 4 minutes and 8 seconds to go. We played half of the third period play. Michael Husler coming back in for Pinedale.
That turnover, that travel was all due to Bridger Kaiser and the pressure. He looked like he was going to steal the ball, so Bennett looked to pass, and as soon as he saw Bridger sprinting in between him and Lopez, he picked up the ball and he moved his foot.
Here's Gosar quickly down court to Michael Hosler, who just came in. Back to Gosar, over far side Kaiser. In the middle, it goes and underneath the basket. Turnaround jumper, and we have a travel. Colby Bailey tried to get it in, but a travel on Pinedale, and Lander will have it, leading by 4. Well, Coach Marcus Helen wasn't pleased with that call at all.
No, he was not.
Here comes Stauffenberg down court in the corner. 6-speed Lyard's a 3, and it's good. His second of the game.
His second of the game, is 5th in the last 24 hours, too.
7-point lead, 40-33. Shot comes down, no good. Rebounded by Bartoni. Off to Stauffenberg, one-on-one. Shots up and in. Brennan Stauffenberg. And it's 42-33, just like that, a 9-point lead. Pinedale coming back down the court with Ramage. Throws it away. Turnover, Pinedale. Lander will have it. And one of the fans right below us caught that ball, fortunately not off their eyeglasses.
Yeah, Brody Hamby just could not get high enough for that. He was much shorter than I think the other guy throwing him the ball thought it was.
Timeout on the court, 42 Lander, 33 Pinedale, 3:17 to go in the third.
During winter storms, it doesn't take long for roads to turn slick. Snowfall is often accompanied by high winds, and blowing and drifting snow can make it difficult to see the road. Speed limits are based on dry pavement conditions and good visibility. Be ready to reduce speed and increase following distance. Crashes are twice as likely to happen when it's slick out, and it's usually because someone is driving too fast for conditions. Remember, when there's ice and snow, take it slow. This message is brought to you by WYDOT.
Ernie over and Sean O'Brate back with you at the Bob Carey Memorial Fieldhouse. And Sean, the Tigers just had a little spurt and they're up by 9.
Yeah, it got down to 5 at one point, and then a three-pointer and a quick one-on-one fast break, and all of a sudden they're up by 9. 3:17 to go. If Lander can keep playing with this kind of intensity and keep forcing the turnovers that they're forcing, boy, this could be a blowout that we've been waiting for.
22 points now for Brennan Stauffenberg. He had a heck of a quarter there. He hit 5 consecutive free throws. And Lander will have the ball now. 42-33, they lead, 3:17 to go. And the official gets the ball to Stauffenberg, into Lopez. Lopez will lope it across the timeline over to Bartoni. Now to Stauffenberg. He's got a lane, lays it up, and one. He gets it. No foul on the play. Down court, Pinedale knocks it out of bounds. It'll go.
That was off his
with
foot.
Pinedale.
That was off his foot.
Yeah, that was off the Pinedale player's foot. Oh, they're calling a foul.
That must have been a push. Yeah.
Must have been on Washburn.
Because there was no way. I mean, that just didn't look like that was even possible, but.
Well, that happened just before the ball went out of bounds. Down court now, Bailey. Bailey has it. Ball's knocked away. Another turnover, Pinedale. Parker Sixby brings it all the way down in the baseline. Kicks it behind him to Stauffenberg, out of bounds. Knocked out of bounds by Kaiser.
Yeah, he got really high for that one.
Yeah, he did. Stauffenberg to take it out to Lopez. Seems every time Stauffenberg takes it out, he passes it into Lopez. Now here's here's Lopez all alone for 3, and it's too short. A rebound pulled down by the Wranglers all the way, all alone. Underneath is Kaiser. He's fouled, and the ball did not go in.
Yeah, Bennett Washburn with 2 straight fouls now. One on the push, and now that's going to be a shooting foul. Washburn, he does a great job under the basket, but on that run on the fast break there, he just put his whole body into Kaiser.
Kaiser's 2 for 2 from the line, has 7 points tonight. Now it stays that way as it rolls off. I thought that was going to roll in, but it didn't.
Owen McMillan coming in now for Michael Hosler.
And we talked about the baseball or the football pass by Stauffenberg. That was a football pass by Pinedale that got the open man down there.
And now Brooklyn John seeing his first varsity minutes tonight. I don't think we called his name last night either, but he's coming in for Abe Lopez. Also coming out, Colby Bailey for Pinedale.
Shots up good. He gets 1 of 2. And Lander leading now by 10, 44-34 on our WyoToday.com scoreboard. Here's Caleb Bartoni looking for someone to throw it in. He gets it in to Washburn. Washburn to Bartoni. Bartoni's got a lane, stops from 3 feet. It's good. Caleb Bartoni with his first 2 points of the game. 46-34. Lander by 12. 2:18 to go in the third period of play. Here's Gosar. Brings it down to McMillan. McMillan double teamed across the court, stolen by the Tigers. Whistle and a foul on Pinedale.
Yeah, he picked up Sixby. Sixby was diving and throwing the ball, and he picked up Sixby and dropped him right on the ground.
Owen McMillan with the foul. That is the second team foul against Pinedale this half. 2 minutes and 8 seconds to go, period 3. Lander 46, Pinedale 34. Sixby brings it in to Stauffenberg, who gives it right back to Sixby, to Bartoni now. Over to Stauffenberg, back over Bartoni to Stauffenberg. He's way outside the arc, NBA side. Now to Sixby. Sixby to Stauffenberg. Stauffenberg in the middle of the lane, fires it back out to Sixby. Sixby to Stauffenberg again. Do we have any other players here? Brooklyn John for 3, and not good. Rebound, going high for the rebound is Pinedale. The ball coming down is, Gosar. Gosar in the middle to McMillan, out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Pinedale Wranglers.
During this little break, I have some score updates. Lady Bobcats of Thermopolis lose to Tongue River. Riverton boys beat Evanston in Riverton 56-43 after the girls lost to Evanston Lady Devils.
And I think we have a Wyoming Indian Big Piney score in there somewhere, too. We'll have to check. There's a shot from the corner on the inbounds play. Not good. Bartoni with the rebound. Hands it off to Alex Lopez, who will bring it into the forecourt. On top of the arc, moves to the right-hand side, drives the baseline, stops, shoots, scores!
Great move. To fake out 2 different Pinedale players, great move. And now 22, Josh Gosar saying that was a travel, looking at the ref.
Yeah. And here's Gosar with the ball now in the forecourt. He's going to go down. Shots up, partially blocked by Bartoni. Rebounded. Oh. Now a foul on Lander.
Bartoni plays with so much angry energy, I swear. He looks upset the entire time he's out on the court, but he's just playing with that mean mug. He doesn't want to show any emotion out there. And you're right, we did have a score. The Chiefs beat the Big Piney Punchers 72-65.
At the free throw line on the foul by Abe Lopez. That's his third. Ramage. No, that's not Ramage. That's McMillan. He now has 5 points. No, I'm sorry. That was Ramage.
Yeah,
I
Lopez
beg your pardon.
Needs to come out with 3 fouls. I know they have 55 seconds left in the third. They're going to put Bartoni where Lopez was, but they're not going to take Lopez out of the game.
Second shot is up by Ramage and good. He has now 3 points in the game. 52 seconds to go. 48-36 Lander. Here's Lopez all the way down. Boy, he just runs in there and draws the foul.
He doesn't care if he gets knocked to the ground because he knows he's going to go to the line, and that's on 20, Nick Sletton.
Sletton's second personal foul. Lopez at the free throw line for Lander, his first trip to the charity stripe. Now has 14 points in the game. With that free throw, Washburn comes out. Lincoln comes in for Lander. 48 seconds left. Lopez shoots and scores, so he gets them both.
14-point lead now for Lander with 48 seconds to go in the third quarter.
50-36. Down court, Sletton has it, stops, fires behind him. On the far side, Kaiser has it now. Kaiser over to McMillan. McMillan for 3. It's good.
That's his second long 3 of the game. He could easily play some college ball with the 3-point skills he has there.
11-point lead, 50-39, 25 seconds to go. Lander will go for the last shot here. Lopez on top, 19 seconds left. Back over to Parker Sixby. Parker dribbles the ball to Lopez. 11 seconds to go. Lopez just holding it out just below the timeline. Now he moves to his left. 4 seconds, 3 seconds to go. Lopez fires. Got it! A three-pointer. Abe Lopez.
What a step back. He faked out everyone looking at him. The Pinedale defender didn't even know where to go. And Kyson McClung with his hand over his mouth just saying, oh my goodness, did you see that? And they're going to call it good. They're double checking with the scorekeeper. And And yes, it is 53-39 going into the fourth quarter after that three-pointer at the buzzer by Abe Lopez. We'll be back in a minute with the fourth quarter here from Lander.
From the wide open spaces to the canyon near you, Wyoming.com is reaching more homes and businesses than ever before. For more than 25 years, we've aimed to provide the best internet and phone service to meet the needs of our customers all across the great state of Wyoming. Now it's getting even better. Wyoming.com, expanding to an area near you. Wyoming.com. We're out there.
It's more than clocking in or collecting a paycheck. We are a network of caring professionals who want to be here, dedicated to serving our communities. We are Sage West Healthcare, our 2 campus hospitals in Riverton and Lander. We take pride in our region, our people, and our communities. Located in beautiful central Wyoming, filled with natural recreation in our own backyard. We are neighbors caring for neighbors, a community caring for its own. We are Sage West. We are recruiting the best, like you.
Lander outscores Pinedale 25-14 in that period for a 53-39 lead. Lander with the ball. Lopez to Stauffenberg for 3 after the inbounds pass. Rebounded by Bartoni for 2.
Bartoni doing a great job getting those jumping rebounds and landing and not even dribbling, just putting up the putback. That's what he does best.
Down court, McMillan has it, gives it off to Kaiser. Kaiser back over to McMillan for 3. It's short, not good, goes out of bounds, and it'll be Lander's ball.
Yeah, Ramage tried to hone that one in, and he just ended up flinging it out of bounds on accident.
Full court pressure now by the Pinedale Wranglers trying to get back in this game again. Lopez outside to Stauffenberg. Back to Lopez. Lopez all the way down underneath the Lincoln. Lincoln in the paint, caught up, ball's out of bounds, and it'll go to Pinedale. Well, they just, you got too far into the basket.
Well, and I don't know if Lincoln was necessarily the right person to call that one for. He's not only the shortest person, but he might be the skinniest there. I mean, he looks like a twig compared to some of these Pinedale boys. Been bulking up in the gym, and a bad pass by Pinedale leads to a turnover anyway. But underneath the basket there, yeah, that would have been a better spot for Bartoni, maybe Stauffenberg, maybe even Sixby. But Lincoln immediately double-teamed by 2 players that are twice his size. Doesn't really work.
Pinedale calls off the full court pressure as Stauffenberg brings it down to Bartoni over to Lopez. Lopez on the left key over to Sixby. In the corner now, well, midway between the 2 lines, Bartoni has it to Lincoln. On the corner near side, Sixby. Across the key, Stauffenberg has it over to Lincoln on the right wing. And the ball's knocked away, stolen by Pinedale all the way in, and it's missed. Brett Kaiser misses the layup. Here comes Lincoln with the rebound in the corner. Stauffenberg, he can't shoot the 3. Ball gets away, and he's fouled.
Yeah, I think that the Pinedale player that missed the open layup was looking for a foul on Abe Lopez. Ends up committing the foul himself. Yeah, that was the same guy, Bridger Kaiser.
Yeah, he gets the personal second foul.
Rough series there for him, back and forth on offense and defense. 4
team fouls on each team, 6:39 to go in the game. Lander leading 55-39. Long inbounds pass. Stauffenberg has it now over to Lopez for 3. Count it.
That was right where he hit the one before the buzzer. That's where he's feeling it.
21 points in the game for Lopez now. Stauffenberg has 24. All the way down. Here's Gosar. His shot's not good. Body's on the floor. No whistle. Stauffenberg comes up with the basketball, and he's knocked to the floor by Kaiser, who helps him up. Foul on Kaiser will be his 3rd.
Looked like their feet got tangled up a little bit in there. That's going to be another foul on Kaiser. That's 5 now for Pinedale. 2 more, and it's 1-and-1s.
Inbounds to Lopez for the Tigers across the timeline on the left key. Now over to Bartoni to Stauffenberg. Stauffenberg holding the ball. Bartoni, Lincoln. Lincoln has it now, dribbles it across the key. Behind him to Lopez, almost lost it. Lopez doesn't shoot to Lincoln. Lincoln over to Sixby. Sixby at the free throw line gives it over to Lincoln. Lincoln outside to Lopez. Lopez 360 over to 60. for 3. It's not good, but Parker gets his own rebound, knocks it off of a Pinedale player out of bounds. Lander controls.
Great vision by Sixby there. He knew not to go too far into the paint. he got his own rebound, and as he was spinning out, he found the right jersey to throw it off of.
Lopez to take it out to Lincoln. Lincoln almost fouled.
What a dribble.
Oh, there he is fouled. Well, that was a frustration. McMillan just pushed him down.
21, Owen McMillan, and Coach Helen saying that should have been over the back maybe. I don't know what he's looking for, but that was definitely a foul against one of his players.
6 fouls now for Pinedale. Inbounds comes to Stauffenberg across the timeline on the right-hand wing. He stops, falls down, gives up the basketball. Down court, and Gozar goes in and gets the foul.
Lincoln gets a little bit of redemption fouling there.
Yeah, he does. That would have been a sure too, as Gosar doesn't miss very often.
They're not going to call that a shooting foul either. They're going to call that a straight blocking foul. So inbound pass now by Pinedale underneath the basket.
Only the second foul on Lincoln. Here's Kaiser, brings it in. Back over to Kaiser in the corner. There's a long pass, tipped away, turnover with the 2-on-2. Here's Sixby in the lane. Oh, he misses the layup. Recovered underneath by Lopez. Lopez knocked to the floor, and they're going to call him for traveling.
It's not like he could really control it. He was being shoved every which way.
Well, they're letting him play a little bit here today in Lander. We've had bodies on the floor and not many whistles.
It doesn't feel like a 19-point lead for Lander right now, but it is 58-39.
Long pass down court. There's a great inbound shot to Bailey, and he misses it. He was all alone under the basket.
They've missed a couple of those where they get the ball and they just need to go up and put it off the glass, and instead they try and go up, and I don't know if they're trying to float it in or what, but they just don't even look at the backboard.
That really hurts Pinedale. Underneath the basket now, here is a shot up by Kaiser, no, and he's fouled.
That was a worse look, better shot than he had 2 seconds ago, and he's going to go to the line now.
Lincoln picks his third personal foul up. 5 minutes to go in the game. Lander 58, Pinedale 39. Kaiser's shot is, there it goes. As I like to say, gravity helped out on that one.
Abe Lopez coming out, Bennett Washburn coming in. I believe Washburn's in foul trouble, is he not?
Washburn has 2 fouls. And there we go, 10 fouls, and a foul going to be called. And we're having a little chit-chat between Colby Bailey and the official, Scott Quayle.
Boy, Bailey shoved Bartoni to the ground forcefully, and they might call that deliberate.
No, they're not going to do it. We haven't had one of those since last night's game, which wasn't it was, as we learned later from Stauffenberg, a deliberate. Hey, 5 minutes to go, 58-41, Lander.
The staff and board at the Fremont County Fair wish to thank everyone who attended the fair this year. Whether you enjoyed Family Day, a night event, entered a craft show, or showed your livestock, thank you for all your efforts. We'll be moving and grooving next year, so stay tuned.
Why should you choose Lander Medical Clinic or Western Family Care for your health care? In addition to 4 locations in Fremont County, they also provide telehealth. Telehealth can be your go-to answer when you're out of town, on the road, or just can't get to urgent care. All you need is a good internet connection. To schedule a telehealth appointment, call 332-2941 today. That's 332-2941. Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family Care. With telehealth, they're putting your health first every time.
5 minutes to go in the game. As we said, coming into the timeout, 58-41 Lander. And going to the free throw line is Caleb Bartoni. And Caleb in the game tonight has 4 points, his first trip to the charity stripe.
Bartoni doesn't need to score for his presence to be known on this team. He's a great rebounder. He's a great defender. He's got a couple blocks already. And, he doesn't look like the tallest kid on the court, but other than Stauffenberg and Washburn, he's definitely the tallest kid on the team. He just doesn't look like it. I don't know if that makes sense, but when he's standing next to Brennan Stauffenberg, he just looks small.
Shots up by Bartoni, nothing but net. 59-61, 5 minutes to go in the game.
He's also got great basketball IQ. It's always fun to talk to him after a game.
Yeah, he's a very intelligent kid. Shots good, he got them both. 60-41, 19-point lead by the Lander Tigers. Down court, here comes Bridger Kaiser off to Gosar. Shots up, off, not good. Tip, no, they couldn't get to it. Washburn rebounds for the Tigers. Washburn double team, gets it off to Stauffenberg, and a timeout called by Stu Mullins.
Stauffenberg hit a crazy shot after the timeout was already called.
Well, we'll be back with more right after we listen to this.
Visit Lander Gambles to make your home feel like new. They will beat any competitor's price. Stop by to speak to one of the sales agents or visit LanderGambles.com. Lander Gambles will help you find the perfect product that fits your budget and lifestyle. Lander Gambles, 420 Main Street, Lander, Wyoming.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
Ernie Over and Sean O'Braitback as the Lander Valley Nordic ski team coming back from their event today, putting away their gear here just to our right on the mezzanine. And now here goes Stauffenberg for 3. It's up, not good. Rebounded here by Pinedale Wranglers. It's Gosar. Gosar with the basketball on the right-hand wing, drives into the paint. In the corner it goes, and back out. There's a shot by McMillan, not good. Rebounded, 2 points for Colby Bailey. Well, he got that one. He didn't miss that one. Double teaming now. Here's Washburn, breaks the press into the forecourt. 4 minutes, 10 seconds to go. Ball knocked out of bounds by Pinedale. So, Sean, you had a little bit of news for us there during that break?
Oh, do we want to? Yeah, we can bring some real news into it. So yesterday, Alaska had something shot down by an American F-22, and just a few moments ago, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau admitted that they shot down another unidentified flying object over Canada just a few minutes ago. And
amazing.
I don't know if it's aliens or what, but there's got to be something happening up north that we're not knowing about.
Okay, back to basketball now. Parker Sixby with the ball. Ball's knocked away, and we have a player control foul underneath the basket against Lander, and that'll give the ball to Pinedale, and it's against
Bartoni.
Caleb Bartoni.
Another timeout by Lander. That's 3 timeouts in the last
Well, you know
minute.
what? We've got 3:58 to go. We're halfway through. Coach Stu Mullins doesn't want to lose this fourth quarter lead. Yeah. We talked about it last night. He said we've got to find a way to keep losing the lead, to stop losing the lead in the fourth quarter. And I think he's going to, calling this timeout to put the team back at ease and say, we got them where we want them. Let's keep going with the good defense. No silly fouls.
Yeah, and the momentum of Pinedale, they haven't been able to really get any momentum because of the timeout. So it's great for Lander. They might run out of timeouts sooner rather than later, but with 3:58 to go, a 17-point lead, they just need to hold the boat ready. Don't rock the boat. That's what they got to do.
Yeah.
Don't do anything different than what you've been doing so far this whole game.
Okay, there's the inbounds pass to Gosar. Comes down. Ball's almost knocked away by Lincoln. Comes down now to Hamby. Hamby fires it around the horn. There's Gosar for 3. No, not good. Rebound goes to Pinedale, and the ball rolls out of bounds. It'll be Lander's ball. Kaiser could not keep a handle on it, and it just rolled off his foot and out of bounds.
Kaiser has been pretty adamant about letting the refs know that he doesn't like the calls that they've been making today.
Here's Lopez, brings it all the way down on the right-hand wing. He drives in, passes it off to Sixby, who doesn't shoot the 3. On top of the key to Stauffenberg now on the right-hand side. Stauffenberg makes a move inside in the corner. Sixby was open for a second. Does a 360 move and another one off in the corner. Lincoln from short range for 2.
Lincoln just snuck behind the defenders as everyone was moving to Bartoni on the key. That was a great little move on the baseline there by Lincoln.
62-43. Tigers have it underneath the basket. Shots up and good this time by Bailey. He doesn't miss this one. Lopez with the rebound here, or the inbounds play. Rebound down court, does a pass behind his back that gets away from him. Turnover. Now a turnover on Pinedale. Sixby for 3. Count it!
Boy, he is feeling it this weekend. I'll tell you what, maybe it's the home court advantage. maybe he's just had a good week of practice, but he is just dominating from three-point land today.
3 trays for Parker Sixby. There's a try by McMillan that's up, not good. Lander gets the rebound, 2.5 minutes to go. Lopez on the right side outside, loses the ball. It's just there, picked up by Pinedale. 2-on-1 rush. Here's Kaiser, gets the ball knocked away from him as he wanted to go up for a layup. It'll be Pinedale's ball. Washburn comes in for Lopez now.
Got a bunch of changes for Pinedale. They bring back in Colby Bailey, Jace Ramage, and they put in Nick Sletton, who we haven't seen since he had a couple fouls. They take out Owen McMillan, Bridger Kaiser, and Josh Gozar.
20-point lead for the Lander Tigers, 65-45. There's the inbounds pass, and it's picked off by Washburn. Turnover for Pinedale. Here comes Stauffenberg down court for the Tigers on top of the arc, off to Bartoni. Bartoni near side Sixby. He's open, didn't take the shot. In the corner, now across the key to Washburn. Sixby on top to Lincoln on the near side. Now back over to Washburn to Bartoni. Bartoni, Lincoln in
Great
the corner,
pass.
underneath, wide open for the basket is Bennett Washburn.
You see how all those passes around the key finally loosened up the inside underneath the paint, and Bennett Washburn just got around the defense, found a nice little hole, and Lincoln almost got another steal there. But that's exactly what Lander can do.
Timeouts called by Coach Marcus Helland as they were not going to get the ball over the timeline. It's a 30. We'll be back after this.
At some point, everyone is a pedestrian.
When you're driving, yield to pedestrians.
Wear light clothing. Walk on a pathway instead of the road.
Look out for pedestrians.
Avoid distractions like your phone. Look out for pedestrians, they're everywhere. We are the Wyoming Indian Lady Chiefs. We need you in our stand.
Later, Papa. Okay, back at Lander, minute 36 to go in the game. Lander cruising to a win here over Pinedale. Finally, we don't have a close game and an overtime game, Sean.
I mean, this is one of those things that you kind of pray for if you're a Lander fan. They have the talent to be able to blow out a lot of teams, and they have the size. It's just it hasn't been happening for them, and now with 90 seconds left and almost a 22-point lead, this is what you've been hoping for.
Okay, a lot of subs here for Pinedale. There's one that isn't, Colby Bailey. Bailey hands it off to Ramage. I can't tell the numbers. They're orange on dark green. Here's a shot up, off, not good. Rebound goes out of bounds, and it'll be Lander's ball.
Yeah, that was Ramage trying to get the ball back inside, and now we have more wholesale changes. Brennan probably going to come out for the last time. Caleb Bartoni coming out. So we have...
He gets a big hug from Stu Mullins.
He's had a heck of a game.
Yep.
So inside for Lander now you got Keaton Iron Eyes, Brooklyn John, Braden Lincoln, Peyton Bell, and Jainito Monroe Black. A lot of reserves.
Well, Caton brings it all the way down. Behind his no look pass. And guess who wasn't looking for it? Peyton Bell.
Yeah, I mean, when you drive right past you, you don't actually think that he's even got an angle to pass it to you. So kind of did a no look there.
61 seconds to go. Lander leads by 22. In the basketball court is Sletton. Underneath to Ramage. In the corner, 35, Hosler. Underneath it goes. Can't shoot. Round the horn. There's a shot that goes up for three. No, not good. Out of bounds off Lander, and Pinedale will retain possession with 37 seconds to go.
Boy, I mean, I don't want to over-exaggerate here, but this is what we've been looking for the last few weeks, Ernie. Just a nice blowout win over a competitive team. Pinedale's no slouch.
No, they are not. Inbounds pass comes to Bailey. Bailey hands off the ball to Alex Gosar, not the Colby Gosar. On the near side now, underneath goes to Bailey. Bailey in the paint, turns around, off the glass and in. Colby Bailey, he now has 12 points in the game for Pinedale. 17 seconds to go. Here's Lincoln down court, off to Monroe Black, to Jainito. And on now to Lincoln. Peyton Bell with it. 5 seconds to go. 4 seconds. They're just going to run the clock out. Brooklyn John, the game is over, and Lander wins. Final score, Lander 67 and Pinedale 47.
You can depend on the crew at Extra Care Auto Repair. They can repair almost anything with wheels, gas, diesel, domestic or import, and their work is top quality and reliable. Extra Care Auto Repair on North Federal in Riverton.
Wyoglass wants to wish all the Lander Valley Tiger teams good luck this year. Wyoglass is locally owned and operated in Lander. They bleed green. Call or stop in today to get a quote on a window or get a quick fix on your window for a rock chip. Wyoglass is Lander.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
Lander Tigers pick up their 12th win of the season with a 67-47 verdict over the Pinedale Wranglers. It was a 3-point game at halftime, but Lander outscored Pinedale 25-14 in the third period and 14-8 in the fourth period. Well, the fourth quarter blues came to an end today.
Thank goodness. Still happened in the girls' game, but yeah, there was a lot of work that Lander had to do to make sure they didn't blow that fourth quarter lead. And as you said, they kind of called timeouts to keep it intermittent and not let any momentum happen. And they did a good job. They did a good job tonight.
Yeah, they did. Looking at our Click It or Ticket postgame show, our little statistics here. High score for the Tigers, Brennan Stauffenberg, who hit 6 free throws in a row down the stretch there in the third period, had 24 points. Abe Lopez, 21 points tonight. 9 points, Parker Sixby, all on trays. 6 points, Caleb Bartoni, and Braden Lincoln ended up with 5 points in the game. On the other side of the ledger, top scorer was Bridger Kaiser. No, I'm sorry, it was Colby Bailey with 12, and he got 8 of those 12 points in the final frame. 10 points by Bridger Kaiser, 9 points by Josh Gozar, 7 points by Nick Owen McMillan, 5 points by Brady Hamby, 3 points by J.C. Ramage. And the Tigers, as we said, moved to 12-6 overall and 4-1 in the conference, in the quadrant, and Wranglers fall to 8-11 and 2-3 in the quadrant.
Yeah, we said it a little bit ago. Wranglers are no slouch. This was not a hand-me game, and there was going to be no way that Lander lets any team get the best of them or let them over-exaggerate their talents here. There's got to be something that Lander does, though, before regionals. They need to figure out where that defense is going to come from when Brennan's not on the court. Bartoni does a great job blocking. He does a great job rebounding, but if Bennett's in foul trouble and Brennan's not in the game for any reason, the bottom of the basket is wide open for pretty much anyone that has any size.
We did have a fairly clean game in terms of fouls. Only 2 Tigers in foul trouble. Braden Lincoln, Abe Lopez had 3 personal fouls each. On the other side, Bridger Kaiser had 3. Owen McMillan had 3. Those were the only 2 players there. Turnovers, the Pinedale Wranglers had 24 turnovers and the Lander Valley Tigers 11. Good job on the floor there. You don't want many turnovers, and the Tigers won the turnover battle tonight.
This is definitely probably one of the most complete games of the season for Lander. They had offense, they had defense, they had the steals going their way, they had turnovers going their way. Pinedale missed a lot of easy layups. This could have very easily been a 67-60 game if they had made some of those layups. But a great job by the defense of Lander to force them into those bad layups that they had to take and putbacks and stuff like that. It was a very complete game. Very proud of Lander today. This is a great feeling going into the last 2-3 weeks of the season.
Yeah, we've got some more games coming up. Next week we have an interesting set of basketball games. We play the Thermopolis Bobcats.
Senior night. That's senior night.
Senior night. And let's see. I've got it written down here somewhere. I don't know where my
So it says that we play Thermopolis Friday night, and then for some reason that's senior night, but the next day we still have a home game. That's against Warland, and that's Saturday afternoon. And then after that, it is regionals time for most teams.
Well, we go to
2A.
Lyman, too.
Yeah, then we go to Lyman while 1A and 2A are in regionals.
Yeah.
Ernie's got a fan group everywhere we go.
Yeah, good. good.
And Landers regionals are going to be happening in Mountain View starting on the first weekend of March. So we're going to have a lot of time between then and now to really see what this Lander team can work with and hopefully get back Kyson McClung. That would be a great addition heading into the postseason.
Yeah, I noticed he doesn't have his cast on anymore, so that's a good sign. Tigers are out there meeting their fans and getting handshakes from a lot of different folks. And Parker Sixby is coming up, and we'll have a chance to talk to Parker. Okay. Parker Sixby, congratulations.
Thanks.
You're one of our players of the game today. Those were pretty key three-pointers.
Yeah, they were. I mean, my teams are passing like amazing, so I wouldn't be able to hit those threes without them. I mean, I just love catching that three on the three, and it just feels perfect.
Well, that's good. It looks good too.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, and it sure helps the team. Now, we talked yesterday about the Tigers' problems in the fourth quarter. That didn't happen today.
No, our whole goal today was just once we smell blood in the water, just take off, and I think we did a pretty good job of that because most games we kind of slump in the fourth quarter, but that's all we need to work on really, and we did a really good job of doing that today.
Yeah, I noticed that Coach Mullins also was calling timeouts at appropriate times to keep any Pinedale momentum from building.
Yep, yeah. I mean, Coach Mullins is awesome. He's the best coach I've ever had. So, I mean, he just gets us going. I don't know what else to say. He's awesome.
Well, you got 3 games left in the regular season.
Yep.
Now, congratulations for the Tigers. You've got 12 wins this season. That's 2 more than all of last season. Mm-hmm. So you've already accomplished that one goal to beat last season's record.
Yep.
And the team today, they looked like they really wanted the win.
Yeah, we really wanted it. So, I mean, we're just playing really good basketball right now. So.
Yeah, you sure are. Now, we had 2 players in double figures with Brennan and Abe, and those guys, you were dishing the ball off a lot today. You weren't being very selfish.
Yeah, I mean, I love passing to them. I have a lot of confidence in them that they can get to the hoop and knock down some threes. So, I mean, it's just props to them for being great.
Yeah, I know. It was kind of funny. One of the best plays we saw today was the double 360 by Abe Lopez.
Oh, yeah.
When he went in, that was a cool one.
That was cool.
Yeah. Now, you got off small. You had a 1-3, 1-3, and 1-3. One in second, third, and fourth quarter. Is that a good pacing for you, or you'd like to have more than that?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter how many points I get, but I like shooting that three, so as long as we get that win by, 20 points, then I'm happy.
Yeah, well, that's good. Parker Sixby, thank you very much for coming up today and talking with us. Congratulations on the win.
Yeah.
And we've got a couple more home games next week. We got Thermop and Warland.
Yep.
So Warland's going to be a tough one.
I think we can do it.
Yeah, of course you can. You're here. They've had the band here today, and the students are really getting out and behind you. That's good to see, isn't it?
Yeah, great environment out here.
Okay, Parker Sixby, congratulations.
Thank you.
And you're one of our players of the game.
Awesome.
And let's see, I'm not sure which one you're going to get. You might get the pizza, you might get the Gatorade, which we forgot to bring. So
good with both.
If we did, we'll bring it to you next week.
Awesome, thank you.
Okay, Parker, thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, Parker Sixby scoring 9 points in the game tonight and in the victory. And we'll have Coach Stu Mullins come up and visit with us soon. You know, a lot of the Lander players took their time getting into the locker room today. They were still out on the floor. And now we have Coach Stu Mullins with us. And Coach... well, we cracked the nut here tonight. We got a comfortable win.
Yeah, finally. The boys played really, really well, both halves. This is a really good team. They've got 5 kids that average double figures. They got a big inside. You know, they shot a lot better than they did the first time we played them, and then we did a lot better job on the defensive end. We made one small adjustment in our press, and boy, that was enough to really throw them off.
Yeah, it sure was, because you were led by 3 points at halftime, and then you outscored them 25-14 in that big third period.
Yeah. Yep. And that was fun. You know, we kind of got to stretch our legs a little bit, and you know, got some easy ones. I mean, it's not been easy all the way through, and you know, that always helps when you can get those going. And you know, we really shot the ball well. I think we were 8 for 16 from 3 today. You know, 2 kids with 20 points. I mean, if this wasn't the best that we played, it's pretty darn close.
Yeah, it is, and the rebounding was pretty good today too.
Yeah, that's been our biggest challenge to the guys. Is if we can do that, you know, we're gonna, you know, we can maybe consider ourselves one of the better teams in the state.
Parker had another good day. He came up with some trays just when you needed him.
He's just solid. You know, every time he shoots it, I think he's going to make it. He proves it in practice. He sets all our records and our shooting drills, and he's really, really worked at it, and it's paid off for him.
Having Caleb out there really helps your floor game.
Yeah, you know, he just does everything for us. You know, he didn't score for us, but we don't need him to score.
Right.
You know, he gets rebounds, and gets a lot of his hands on basketballs, on tips, and you know, he just flies around. He gets offensive rebounds, and he's a really, really good teammate. And you know, he just flies around and does whatever the team needs.
You know, and the floor work by the Tigers resulted in 19 turnovers, unofficially, of course, for Pinedale. That really was a big help.
Yeah, and you know, like I said, this is a team that they got 5 guys that average double figures. They can light it up. I mean, they're one of the better shooting teams in the state. You know, and to hold them to 47 is quite a task. And
yeah, they average 63 a game.
Yeah, you know, so, and they've done it against really good teams, and so like I said, I mean, I couldn't be more proud of the boys, and you know, we've got 2 tough weeks here that we just got to continue to get better.
Back to the turnovers, only 11 for you today. You had good ball control.
It's probably our best all season, you know.
Yeah.
And it might not even be close, you know. So if we can do that, I mean, keep it under 12, we're going to finish games. You know, that's the biggest issue. You know, you don't give the ball to the other team. You know, even a bad shot, you can rebound, or maybe it'll go in. But turnovers, especially live ball ones, are killers.
Yeah, 3 games to go before the regionals. And you've got Thermop and Warland next week, and then on the road, your last regular season game down in Lyman.
Yep. You know, so we put ourselves in a position now by winning these 2 games. Last night was huge, because now we can win it outright on our side if we can go down to Lyman and knock them off. So, you know, and Thermop is important too. It's not a throwaway game, because tiebreakers are up. You know, Thermop beat Lyman. So if we could knock off Thermop, we would have that tiebreaker if in the case that we tied with Lyman in the standings. And so it's an important game on Friday.
Yeah. Well, Coach, enjoy the victory today. We appreciate you stopping by like you do after every game. Coach Stu Mullins, congratulations on your 12th victory of the year.
Yeah, and go Chiefs, right?
Yeah.
That's what we like to hear.
That's what Sean O'Braid likes to hear. Go Chiefs. And we're not talking about Wyoming Indian folks. We're talking about Kansas City.
Biggest game of the year tomorrow.
Biggest game of the year tomorrow. The Super Bowl, Super Duper Bowl. Okay. Well, any final words?
Yeah, and you know, typically we don't do this. We kind of forgot our Gatorades at home, but we're going to give Parker Sixby Gatorade Player of the Game. And the way that Brennan and Abe went back and forth, I gave them both a Papa Murphy's Player of the Game. I know I probably will get in trouble for it, but Abe has not had a great last couple weeks. That could be because of the limited time that Coach Mullins is giving him. That could be because of some personal issues. That could be because of things that are just happening on the court. He's gotten in foul trouble once or twice. He really deserved it. He needs a picker-upper, especially heading into regionals. And Stauffenberg has just been unstoppable these last 2 weeks. If he's not tired of pizza by now, I don't know if anyone is. But yeah, no, that was a fun weekend, especially on the boys' side. Obviously, the girls, we're going to be seeing a lot of freshman girls for the next 2 weeks. I would imagine them going into regionals with a strong freshman core that have all gotten varsity minutes. more and more over the last 2 weeks. I just have a feeling that the girls aren't calling it quits, but they are looking ahead to the future, not really looking ahead to the end of the season. They're looking at what they'll have next year, and that stinks for the seniors that are on this team. But you just got to do it with what you got to. You got to play with the hands you're dealt with.
You're dealt with, yeah. Well, the Lander girls certainly got those freshman players some experience today, and we know you talked to Melinda Cox at halftime. And they are looking ahead and getting ready for next season.
Yeah, and not the best first season for a coach, and she has just been dealt with so many injuries, so many problems. Megan Winfield missing last week to a family emergency as well. It's not just injuries. She's had to deal with a lot, and it's not the turnaround that they wanted with the exit of Coach Stauffenberg and the entry of Coach Cox, but with the experience that she's going to have on this team and next year, year after that, with their very strong freshmen. I mean, we counted more freshman girls on their team than the entire Pinedale team had on boys or girls pretty much. So they're going to have a lot of girls that are going to get some experience in the next couple weeks, and they're going to take that into next season. Hopefully Coach Cox can get that coached up. They're going to have 3 seniors next year if everyone here returns next year.
Yeah.
So,
well, we wish Coach Cox luck, and of course we've got 3 games left in the regular season, and then the district tournament. You never know. Teams can pull upsets in that tournament too. So, the girls are not out of it yet. Anything else?
No, I'm watching Bennett Washburn walk a little gingerly here, making sure he's okay.
Yeah, he's carrying his green. His green, are those Nikes?
Yeah, those are Nikes.
Green Nikes. Okay.
This team has a bond down there. You can feel it when you go down there. I went down there and gave out to the Papa Murphy's coupons. You can just feel it between these guys. It's not just a team. It's a brotherhood, and they'll all say that too.
Well, I tell you what, we've got our game wrapped up. Lander beats Pinedale 67-47, a 20-point victory for the Tigers. I'm Ernie Over, and he is Sean O'Bright. And back at the studio, it's Kirk Baxter. Kirk, thank you for your help today. That's the broadcast, and we'll see you next week on the radio when we play Thermopolis here in Lander.
Why should you choose Lander Medical Clinic or Western Family Care for your health care? In addition to 4 locations in Fremont County, they also provide telehealth. Telehealth can be your go-to answer when you're out of town, on the road, or just can't get to urgent care. All you need is a good internet connection. To schedule a telehealth appointment, call 332-2941 today. That's 332-2941. Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family Care. With telehealth, they're putting your health first every time.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.